Hey, Devin, we're running for it, okay? Right?
Sure. Running. That's what you're
I'm in
doing.
the
That's an
doorway.
option.
I either get squished
Totally an option.
by a door
Don't
or
run, Keith. You'll only die tired.
look. I'm in a doorway though. Bonk. I could close it still.
I don't think that'll
Just there
stop it.
furiously opening and closing the door.
Zathamore, that's my name.
I'll confuse him.
Okay. As the battle music is already playing in the background, welcome back.
Is it?
To start us off, who wants to recap the last session before we dive on into your imminent and total demises?
Excuse me?
I think Tootie should do it since they almost had their arm cut off.
This is
It is kind of his
Uh,
fault.
I can recap my portion. So we pretty much met each other at a bar, as one does, and
Yes.
decided to go on a small little adventure to get a gem of some sorts in a spooky house that's been abandoned for a long time. And we go there, it's all empty and quiet. We get ambushed by a bunch of imps and beat them, but as we're exploring more, I decide to pick a very terrible lock, and I'll turn it over to someone else.
If I recall, we were just all exploring our mansion kind of on our own. Tootie was doing his thing. I was with, I forget what's your character's name again, Devin. I forget.
Zathamore?
Zathamore. We almost got drowned by some water monster. We're just exploring. We killed a bunch of imps in the kitchen, and we popped out this random doorway over here to see Tootie angering this goddamn lion of some sort. Whatever. What's his name again?
His name
Right.
Pride.
Pride.
Oh,
But,
Pride. I didn't sign up for this.
We angered the lion son of pride, so you know.
We did.
I
And
thought it'd be
then
fun.
Yeah, like
our
he's outside
assassin
in the courtyard,
I don't know
hiding
where our
away from
assassin is.
some sort of beast out there, likely a giant lion's golem. And let's see, Ragmire is behind the other doorway, and
Yeah, I can't see over there. I don't know where our other two characters
Talion is
are.
Yep, you
somewhere
kinda
back
spread out.
behind us. Yep, he's back in the waterway recovering.
We were exploring.
Yeah, so the last thing that happened is you guys made your way into the room, and Tootie was able to find and grab the gem.
Yes.
As you did
Right.
so, a large half-man, half-lion formed jumped out of the bedding, which was
Excuse me.
covered by, those like gossamer curtain. Jumped out into the middle of the room and cursed you for your foolishness and is about ready to kill you. So,
And I team up with Pride. Is that an option?
we're going to start with initiative.
Like, the gem's all yours, buddy. I was stopping these guys from, trying to rob you.
thank God I rolled
Money,
somewhat
money.
high.
Yeah.
Hey, yo!
Look at that.
I feel like
Wally?
Sorry, guys. Sorry. What am I doing? Rolling for
At least Pride rolled
Rolling
low.
for initiative.
Cool.
He rolled kind of decent. Okay.
Yeah.
At the top
Oh,
of the round, the
God.
first one to be able to do anything, Talion, as you hear a booming voice down the hallway where your other two companions have entered the room to your south. Seems that things are kicking off. Though you cannot quite see your adversary. That position.
For some reason, I was on a completely different character. Sorry. There we go. Let's see here.
Sky. Good music, though. I like it.
I am running low, friends.
So is my boy in front of me.
Yeah, some of you have already taken some knowledge.
Fought a giant water monster in the water and was grabbing.
He almost drowned. I remember that.
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah.
How deep is this water?
It's only 5 feet deep. It's enough to be. You'd have to swim.
Ah,
Sure, people.
It goes the long
well, that's
way
as far
around.
as I can fucking go.
Fair enough.
Is that
It
what
was
I
that
keep
or just spend a
playing?
turn in the water.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Callum,
Do-do-do-do-do. Oh,
This-
sorry. I'm listening to music.
this large half lion, half giant, kind of pulls himself up to his full height, and he's wielding a massive golden halberd.
Hmm. You see, the only thing with this is I don't want to fight this guy in a small room like this.
I can't go back to jail.
Ugh.
You're telling me.
I'm trying to think if we want to back out into the waterway back here so we could see him in a long corridor.
I think jail is probably the least of your at the moment.
Tell that to our Starfinder group. Literally. Welp, for now, I don't have anything that could slow him or anything. Are you ranged, Zathamor? Or no?
I have
He
to
is
range
a-
my fists.
He's a monk.
Oh
You can catch his
god.
hands.
Literally a monk. These hands ready to eat for everybody. I take a kid out. I don't give a fuck.
Because a part of
Let's see.
me wants to back out of this room so we could get
Yes,
a better shot on him.
I got some darts.
So we need to regroup. I don't think I'm going to attack, boys. I'm sorry.
I've got one last spell. You'll see where we're going since I don't know.
You know what?
Can't
Fine.
really yell at you guys. Trying to stay in
I'll
game
just
here.
attack. Might as well. Nothing else to do, right? We could back out if we need to.
Yeah.
I believe I got a 6 on my initiative. It's disgusting.
Let me try this one.
I did roll a 1, right? Yep.
Yeah, you rolled a 1, Lonnie.
Do. Oh, that's the wrong one. This one. Scorching Ray. Let's give it a shot.
Scorching Ray. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make
So 3 rolls.
Let it burn.
2 hits.
2 of them hit.
2 of them hit.
Okay, then we just roll for damage on both.
Okay. All right. Pay very close attention to.
Oh, okay, we're leaving.
That's it. That's all you get.
Oh dear
How much was that?
lord.
10?
Oh,
That was 13.
no, that was
13.
13 damage.
We hit the beholder harder than that.
Who has good persuasion? Talk to him. We're friends, not enemies.
Him.
That ain't working, Chief.
That's probably what I should have done. Well,
It's
I'll end my
not
turn then.
the gemstone.
Try talking to him, Tootie.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah, I end my turn.
Yep, Tootie, your
Or-
turn.
Keith, if you do that 100 more times, you might kill him.
You see him as he stands up to his full height, and your wizard friend blasts a couple of fiery rays into him. He simply chuckles, cracks his neck.
You know what? I'm gonna use my cunning action to dash.
That'd be
This
wise.
boy, he's ditching us. He's running.
I don't want to get the fuck out of this room.
Uh,
I can't grab my character. That was
Just use
How
the
far?
arrow key to move you.
okay.
There you go.
How far was that? I can't.
we're running, right?
One,
you check for
2,
me?
3, 4. You moved 4 spaces so far. You have a total
spaces.
of 12.
Total of 12.
Yes.
Fuck.
Tell the others.
I don't want to.
Crap. Okay.
Can I even? Oh yeah, you're half my height. I'm just gonna try and break line of sight.
Okay.
There we go.
Ah, the old "if I can't see it, they can't see me" logic.
Yeah, they
huh?
can't see me.
Hmm.
Um,
I hope for your case that's the.
Did you flee with the gemstone?
yeah.
So I'm
Cool.
hoping he gets followed, not us.
That's what I'm waiting to see.
I love working with you, by the way, Chris.
You know
Just
what?
you know what? I really do.
So I'm gonna pass. I can use my passive stuff without it counting as an action, right?
Well, it depends on what it is.
Uh,
What are you trying to-
like I want to write like a tiny little message in the wall that I'm next to.
want to write a message on the.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be an action.
God damn
Yeah, that's gonna take a
More than- yeah.
decent chunk of your time. Which you may do so if you'd like to. It will take your action. You've only used a bonus action. What message would you like to leave?
I'm gonna leave it saying large cat, don't enter.
Are you inscribing this in a specific language?
Yeah, the thieves can't.
Okay, so
Or my
marking
thieves
out
much better.
a couple of quick just scratches in the wall that to anybody else would look just like scratches or graffiti, but to those in the know, it means the message you have left. Big cat,
And
do
then-
not enter.
How many more spaces do I have? I moved. I'm
Let's
afraid I
see.
can't see.
1, 2, 3,
He has 4 more.
8. Yep.
One more. Okay. Uh, there we go.
Okay. Ragmir, you see a turtle bolt out of the room, furiously scratch something into the wall, and keep running.
Danger.
Danger, Will Robinson.
I'm gonna follow the turtle. If that big thing's moving, then I don't want to be near it either.
Yep.
4. And as far as I can go.
Okay.
Please.
Still,
Lion's
how long?
turn.
I still have your bonus, right? Right.
For
Yes.
It was for like 8 hours, wasn't it, or something like
oh,
that?
it's only a minute. So,
Only for how long?
a minute. So,
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, so it would have.
It would have done.
It probably
Okay.
has passed by now. Yeah.
yeah.
And was that 5 bonus health, right?
No,
it
that's
was-
that's something
That's
else.
8 hours.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's 8 hours.
This
I
is
blessed him at the end of the last session, but that's
Okay.
gone.
The lion says, Now, where do you think you're going? 1, 2,
Oh, thank goodness.
3.
Can't fit through the door. I see his character model. What
He
the-
can't
what-
get through the door.
Managed
Hey.
to just squeeze himself into that space right there. It
Oh.
does take more movement. But
For-
he's coming.
How
Coming for
tall
ya.
is this guy? Like 8, 9 feet?
He stands,
Huge.
yeah, about 8 or 9 feet.
Man. Where's our giant at?
Zathibor.
Well, the first action is I'm going to spend a key point so I can use my Hands of Healing.
Nice.
I'll punch some health back in someone.
Cool. Is that-
So monks have like an entirely different system to use? Cool.
Just a resource.
Yeah, it's like spell slots, but for monks.
Ah, but it's
Okay.
called key.
There's
Key
my
points.
first action.
Key points.
17, we did no damage.
Excuse me.
I will hold an action, and my action will be, or I guess I'll use the action dodge I'll hold my ground so I can keep my wizard friend safe in case the pride decides to return to us.
Okay. Like, there's something going on inside. You hear running footsteps. Maybe some shouts of fear.
Oh, okay.
You
Some
still have
scratching.
not quite found out exactly where the beast is out here.
Yeah, I was just going back to regroup with the team.
Okay.
Um,
Keep in mind that you are 20 feet up on top of the.
yeah. I'll come. I'll come into the door
Wait.
from the top, actually. So,
You're on
Okay.
top of the building.
I get 9 feet of movement or 9 different steps, but on the first round of combat, my movement increases by 10. So I get 11. So that's one. I have 10 more, and so then I'll just walk down from the height that I'm at.
Okay.
So using 4, so it's half of my total movement. If I can remember how to go down, does that work? No. How do I make my stuff go to the ground level?
When you right click on your character box.
Oh, there it goes. Oh wait, no, it didn't. That's weird.
Come down 10 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Wait, I only need to go down 20, right? So yeah. So 5 movement gets me I guess above the door, like I'm walking in and I like look and I guess I see looks like I see a giant fucking cat.
It looks like you see a giant fucking creature into that hallway,
Interesting.
trying to climb its way outside of a small cramped little corridor.
And then our
The-
dwarf is our dwarf running.
Yeah, the Ragnar seems to be moving away from.
Yeah. So my sixth movement, I'll step into the room.
Okay, staying on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then how far are you? I don't know why these guys are running, but I'll help them, I guess. So I will cast a spell to see if it works on this guy.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna cast an entangle on the lion. It's got 90-foot range, and then it's a DC strength saving throw, which I'm pretty sure he'll make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 11 for me.
Yeah.
So that was a save or suck, right? Does nothing if he saves.
Yep.
Correct.
There's nothing. Nope.
Cool.
Yeah.
That
So
was
what happens is weeds and vines begin to shoot up from the cobblestone floor, trying to encase this creature, and you see they actually touch him and then begin to burn in these golden flames.
oh shit.
Cool.
Well, that was my action. That's really all I'm gonna do. I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay.
To see what's going on.
Hey, Leon, your turn.
I'm a running. That's about what I got.
Callum.
And short legs.
I'm gonna hold an action
Oh, okay.
in case I see this fool.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold a spell, but I'm gonna keep it a secret if that's fine.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm holding a spell.
Expecto Patronum?
If
Expecto
whatever is,
Patronum.
if I see anything besides our homies, I am casting, or any creature or person besides my homies, I'm attacking
Okay. Right. Callum,
on sight.
what's the wizard going to do?
Wizard,
Keith?
wizard.
Keith.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear. I was like, I heard. I don't know. I did not hear wizard. I heard something else.
Wizard.
I heard like weasel. I'm like, what the hell are they saying?
Wizard.
You're the weasel.
Hmm. Well, he's not following us, thankfully, so we could just chip damage, right?
He
Poke at him a little bit.
seemed to give less than two shits about searing rays that you poured into him.
Perfect. So, can I walk around Devin? I'm not impaired or anything, right?
No, there's space so you can pass him there.
Okay. Oh god. 4, 5. I see him.
Trying to climb his way out of that small little corridor there.
Well, we're fighting. He just seems like he wants to kill our friend, the turtle. So, just do damage so we can get him to a big open area. He has to make a DC 14 wisdom throw.
Wisdom.
I had to
He fails.
away.
Dang. So he takes the booey 12 damage. And then his HP, it's nothing. Hey, 1/3, what? Like 132 is gone, boys. Good luck. I stream.
Gun. Okay.
How much
Dear
did you
Lord.
do?
That was 12. So I've done a total of like 25 damage to him. Like a 32th of his health is like, look at his health. It's ridiculous.
32th.
Let me
32. What am I trying to
let me
say?
calculate
32nd.
this real quick.
32nd of his health is gone. Like, take that, you beast. He turns around, looks at me, laughs,
Yeah.
and walks away.
You've done a very
That-
small.
Yeah.
That's what I'm more worried about is him turning around.
Nah. He won't turn around. We don't have his gem. At
You
least I
kill
hope
ants
not.
that bite you.
Yeah, I'm playing with fire, but I've accepted it.
Okay. My turn yet?
Yeah, I end my turn. I can't do anything else.
Yeah, you've done 3%.
Dang, I'm carrying just like an Overwatch. Let's go.
All right,
I
2D.
end my turn.
Wow, Keith. Wow.
Huh.
I use an action to cry. I'm kidding.
What?
Use the action to cry.
I would like to
So-
cry.
I
Um,
weep as I run away.
Is that a bonus action or an action?
No.
Depends on why you're
Ears are
crying.
free, my friend. Ears are free.
The free action.
Yay.
I'm gonna keep running.
Probably.
So, guess I'll use. Actually, no, I'll just run. Fuck.
That's funny. I guess I'll use. No, I'll just run.
15.
We're spooked. We're scared, Scoob.
So for this here, can I turn around and throw a dagger at him
Can.
for my action? Fuck. I don't have the advantages.
21 will hit.
Yay! I have to do damage now, right?
Goodness.
Is it? It's just normal damage, right?
Yep. But it is non-magical. Correct?
Yeah, it's just a dagger. Oh no!
Hi, 4 pieces of damage. 3 pieces of damage.
Would you like to continue running?
Oh yeah. 20, 25, 30.
Right. Ragnar, your turn.
This thing in the middle of the room is just like a carpet, right?
yeah, it's just
Okay. Just want to make sure. All right, so run first. 4, and then 5, and then
yeah. I realize it has a drop shadow. But
yeah, and that's what. Yeah. I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb at 3rd level, and gonna be thunder damage.
Okay.
Never mind.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Supposed
Wait, so does red mean fail and like green mean crit in this?
Red means
rolled.
natural 1,
Yeah.
and green means natural 20.
Oh, okay.
If you actually click
I
on the
missed.
roll, it'll show you exactly what you rolled, and it automatically adds together for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Completely missed though.
yikes.
Give me a second. I gotta refresh this camera. It's not quite working properly.
And if you feel like rolling a
No.
1, make sure you're not standing next to your teammates.
Yes. Or in front of him.
Yes, or you'll be shot by an arrow.
In the back.
Again.
Multiple times.
That only
Hey.
happened
times.
once.
Twice.
I thought it happened
Was it twice?
Happens twice.
Yeah. It was twice.
The fun part was it was the same character that got shot twice.
Dang.
Fucking Devin's character shot me.
To be fair, you were dancing in front of me in a small hallway.
Yes.
Hey, I was trying to be the front line. Holy fuck! That's a big fucking cat.
Yep, he can just with his movement squeeze through that small space and arrive on the side. Is
That's one.
Hey, he shut the door? Oh no, Jacob, quit shutting the door, goddamn. I can't see when you shut the door.
I don't want to
I
see
will
him.
stand.
Just leave.
you see
dwarf
he
in there.
points forth the halberd like in a stabbing motion, and from it a bright ball of golden flame erupts from the end of it, soaring over your head, Ragmir, and attempting to hit your fleeing turtle friend behind you, but it smashes up against the wall. Zathmore, your turn.
Well, I feel like not staying in here anymore. And seeing that my wizard friend decided to charge, I shall be going. One, two, three.
He's dipping out.
My action, I will say to Halion, the Awoken Pride, we probably want to get out of here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And continues.
That thing.
With my
Oh
my second action, can I dash?
Yes, if you have an action to use, as long as you're.
So monks can dash as a bonus action. You just have to use a key point.
Just realized that attack could have definitely killed me if it hadn't. Fuck.
Essentially.
Yeah.
I don't like it here.
That's good. I'll keep with that.
Gillick, your turn.
Oh.
You just saw this thing shoot a ball of fire at the turtle.
Gotcha. What's in? So in the room I'm in, it's completely empty.
Yep, it is just a small antechamber.
And looking around the lion, all I see in front of him is a carpet. Is there anything else in that room?
There are the unlit braziers.
Oh, in the corners. I remember that. Interesting. All right. Well, fuck. Don't know how I can help you guys.
You can help by running.
I can. I noticed that he's after my turtle friend. So I'll let myself drop from the ceiling. Doesn't cost any movement, right? If I'm
No.
only 10 feet up. Yeah, so I'll just drop, and then I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 of my 9 movement
Okay.
to get up to this guy who I see is being chased. And as an action, I will cast my last spell slot. Oh, I have 2 more spells. I will cast Long Strider on my boy here and increase
that
his movement
do?
speed. Increase your movement speed by 10 feet. It means you get 2 extra steps.
Yes, let's do it on the not slow person.
Yeah, but he seemed to be. I was looking the whole time, right? So he seemed to be ignoring you. So,
That's fine.
yeah. And then, so I went
Keyword,
1,
for now.
2, 3. So I have 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I am positioning myself to try and help everybody get out. Because I sizing up this beast, I can tell we're no match for it.
As you make it back outside, you happen to catch out of the corner of your eye those
Lion.
glowing yellow eyes again.
Fuck.
It's close.
Yeah, I bet so.
I tell us, so for the next hour, tell us you get 2 extra steps.
Oh no.
Hey, Leon,
Please.
Uh,
Get out of there.
your turn.
I still don't see anything.
Not quite. Not quite.
I mean, I've told you what's over or what happened
It's true.
as I ran past.
And I'm a hold in action.
Okay. Callum,
Oh god.
Yes. Oh, I can
turn.
still see him, right?
you can through the doorways.
I could just do. It's just
Get
step
out
with
of
no.
there.
I mean, he's not following us. Like he's following the turtle because he has the gem. I'm assuming anyway.
But I think there's only one way out. That's what's so scary.
Yeah, there is only one way out, and I'm not gonna walk past him.
I don't know what you
I
should
think that's a
do.
bad idea.
I agree.
yeah, how do we get out of the entire place?
All I could do is just like a little bit of damage here and there. I really can't do anything else. Toll the dead again.
Maybe he'll turn it into that queue so everyone else can get out. You'll be
I hate you.
queue for the team.
If he doesn't do a DC of 14 on wisdom, he takes 18. If he does pass, it does nothing.
Nope.
Wow. Well, there you go. 18 damage. Watch
Oh.
his health bar. It's not gonna move at all.
Okay, that's like a very interesting night here. We're Toll the Dead. That almost never works for this party, but okay.
It's true. That was actually a good roll for once on Toll of the Dead. Literally.
Because he's only got a +2.
Well,
Anything else on
I
your turn?
guess that's all I could do.
All right. Judy, back to
I
you.
feel I'm so sorry, guys.
So I guess I'm gonna run 40 feet for yeah, else original movement. Ah. And can he see me right here?
I can see you.
Close the door.
Oh, he
Can-
cannot.
Can
No.
Price he can't.
He doesn't have line of sight on you, no.
Okay. So then I think you already know what I'm gonna do.
Neat.
But my hide.
Going to hide. Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
I believe in you.
With my friggin' there. Did I have to make was it just stealth or could I use it with my proficiency? No, I can't.
You should be able to make a stealth check if you go and click into character and do attributes.
Yeah, I see it. Fuck it.
Okay, well, we'll see if that's effective.
I didn't like that. We'll see.
You only have a +3?
Yeah.
I'm proficient in stealth.
Jeez, okay, cool. Apparently I'm the stealth monster. Cool.
Ragnar, your turn.
I'm really good at stuff, yeah.
Oh.
Slow him down, dwarf.
Slow him down how? What am I gonna do? Stand there?
At least have him have to step over your dead
Speed
body.
bump.
Speed bump.
Yeah, so when he's twice as tall as I am.
Hey, I've slept on a step before.
He's more likely just gonna bitch slap the dwarf out of the way and keep moving.
Exactly. So Sacred Flame, and we'll see if it. Hey,
does
he
not.
fails. Damage.
And that divine light of
14.
who's that guy?
Yeah. And then I run. And that's there we go.
Okay.
That's as far as you can go.
He moves
I can only
five
move
spaces.
25.
He's got short legs.
That's 5 steps.
We
I guess
dwarves
it
are
is.
natural sprinters.
Exactly.
Oh,
Very
God.
deadly at short distances.
Exactly. So I
Alright.
said you do it on the not slow person.
I
He's gaining.
Moving
You
right
should have
along.
closed the door. Should have closed the door.
No, I'm thinking about closing this door. I don't know.
Your turn.
Wow.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess I'll just dash.
Okay.
It's just my action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Speedy.
Yeah,
Got a lot of ground to cover.
I guess I'll try for my second action to go for stealth.
Stealth check.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see if that's effective.
It's more
Give it.
effective than a 7, but yeah.
Interesting. So I kind of look at the turtle, and I say, "Do you want me to take the stone?" Or actually, I don't really know. He's got the stone actually.
That is true.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Well, I think I'm kind of carrying it right in front of me.
Oh yeah. If he's
I
like
don't-
carrying it,
I'm gonna
it's
ask.
fairly
Yeah, I'm
large.
gonna say,
so-
hey,
I don't remember putting it in my pocket.
seeing his terrible attempt at stealthing, and with my experience, I look at him and I'm like, God. I said, "Do you want me to take it?" And I'll see what he says.
Not in front of him.
Wait, what'd you say?
Not
You
in
said
front of it. Not in front of it.
Not in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will. So this is what I'm gonna do. I guess. I hate to do this, but I'm gonna do it. 1 second. So as an action, I will. Sorry, dwarf. Cast my last long strider on myself. Takes me from 45 to 55, so that's 11 steps.
Okay.
And then I will use a key point to dash as my bonus action, because I'm a monk as well. Sorry, 1 second. Step of the wind. There it is. So yeah, as a bonus action, you can dash. So my 55 gets doubled to 110, and I will. So sorry, math. 1 second. What's 110 divided by 5? All right, I get 22 steps. So first step,
Dang.
I'm going to step out of the line of sight of the lion and attempt to, interact with the gem there and grab it from my terribly hiding turtle friend.
do you allow him to take the gem?
Yeah, I'll slip it into his pocket.
Okay.
Okay. Hopefully this works. So I got 21 more steps, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Okay, I'm trying to dip. Hopefully my team survives. But I kind of noticed when I was looking at that hallway that he seemed to ignore all the attacks and was really only focused on the turtle. So
You can just see Decius's little dinghy, little fishing boat out in the
Gotcha.
distance.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We're in a bad spot.
We are in a bad spot, and I can't converse with anybody. So that's my turn. Sorry. I don't really know. I have to make the decisions, I guess, in this situation.
Spectral Lion.
Oh my god. Can we see? Can I see it?
It.
Oh God.
Well, it's at least low on the count.
Is it going to be able to go this round? Question.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. With initiative, it just adds them to the board.
Fuck.
Yeah, Judy, you can hear it before you can ever see it. The heavy thumping of what sounds like stone feet.
I hear where it's coming from. Is it up that?
Up from this.
Yeah. Fuck.
Hey, Leon, your turn.
Boom, boom.
All right, let's see here. We are going to 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all I got again. I can barely see this guy though, can I not?
Yes, you can just make out his large form.
Let me see if there's a better way to move this. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there was a better way. I should have just gone diagonally. 5. Huzzah! Wait. Click on myself. There we go. I finally get to use it.
What are you using? Oh God.
What
You
is that?
fucking-
Is your Rams?
Aerial
It's a
force.
textbook.
What is that?
Fantastic.
Was he scared of flowers?
Phantasmal force? No.
No, it says you.
Craft an illusion.
All stimulus inside of it are perceived
Huh.
as realistic.
Well, that. Cool.
Okay. What form does your phantasm take?
Oh.
Um. I want to throw this guy for a loop, but he's also vain, so I think it'd be ironic. I'm gonna trap him in a glass box, basically a mirrored box, so all he's gonna see is infinite copies of himself in all directions.
Okay.
Confuse the fuck out of this guy.
Okay.
Run past him.
What happens on his turn?
He has to make a DC saving throw.
He doesn't. Though.
Intelligence.
He doesn't though.
Oh. Oh, so he has. Oh, okay. That's nice.
No, it might be made clear momentarily.
Okay, well. I'll be right back.
Callum,
Yes.
your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna walk out of the room. 10, 20, 25. Oh, well, wait. You said, oh, there you go. That's 30 feet. Then, you said as a secondary act, you could always use a dash for another 30 feet, correct?
Correct.
Okay, let's do that. Let's just use the arrow keys. Out of the door. 5, 10. That's the only doorway.
I mean,
You
there's
just
that
have
one,
to-
but it just loops back around.
I know.
You just put him in the only doorway.
I'm just gonna watch from a distance until I could try to move past him and regroup with the team. Because my damage means nothing. Literally. I'll just end my turn right there.
I mean, you've done some damage.
Yeah.
He just brushes it off. He's like a giant tank.
Yeah, you've done roughly about not quite 10%, but you're getting there.
7,
3
8%.
spells, 3 whole turns. Oh, it's so sad.
Then Tootie, your turn.
Fucking just dash 60 feet.
Aren't you supposed to be a tank turtle? What are you scared of? Don't do that.
I don't know. Maybe it's like
Uh,
the turtle with a high natural AC is a rogue.
and then I'm gonna just try and disappear again.
You're gonna try and hide.
Yeah.
Okay, go
How
ahead
you gonna
and
hide with a torch? You gotta put out your torch, stupid.
I'm not gonna put on my torch. Fuck. It
Just
doesn't
sees a-
matter.
He sees a floating
You-
torch.
In your haste to try and get away, you conveniently forget that you are holding a torch,
You roll the 1.
and that even if you were able to duck down, you're literally holding a beacon of light to your exact
Yeah.
location.
Yeah.
In your haste to get away, this escapes you. Ragmir.
All right. Well, we'll tickle him again.
Hold it.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. Oh, he makes this one.
Yeah. All right. And then I just run away. 4 and I guess 5.
Okay. You can now also hear the clomping of stone footprints
Something.
thumping from
Mhm.
this direction.
We're dead. We're alive,
Is
but we're dead.
Yeah.
Level.
he has real trouble getting through those narrow doorways. But though he can see you, he does not attack you.
Box out of your
Yes,
sting.
completely ignoring the illusion forth by Aelion. Dathamore.
Moving. Mm, I'll just use one action to dash. And I will use my second action as a dodge.
Okay. Dodging.
Yep.
Felix.
Oh yeah, I'm dipping. I'm dipping. So as an action, I will use my magic item. Just to use it. Because I think it'll come up. Or you never know. Did that show up on the thingy? No, it did not. It has no available uses remaining. Oh, I never actually used it. Okay.
What is it? What are you using?
The dragon hide belt. Just gives me key points as an action. There it goes. Okay. Sorry, I think we used it on when we were building characters and it never did a long rest or whatever it takes.
Oh, yeah, it's not. Also, it's not.
Oh, is it? Did I not equip it correctly?
Oh, no, it is.
Okay. Yeah, I just it said it had 0 uses left, but I know I haven't never used it. I think I used it during our our pre-game that we did.
Yeah.
So it
just
says I
quickly-
just roll.
Oh, there you go. You actually have to go into it and tell it that you're.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I need to figure out how to roll the monk dice. There it is. Nope, that's not it. Sorry.
What are you trying to do?
Its ability says you can use your action to regain key points equal to a roll of your martial arts die.
Oh, I see.
Would that be under features? Martial arts?
Just whatever your martial arts die is your regular die, Lonnie, your damage die.
So I guess I could just punch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll just punch.
Punch him in the face.
And then you may just have to manually give yourself those.
Yeah. So let's roll that.
Roll the damage. Just take off the modifier.
Oh, take off the modifier, right? It was
That's the
a. Was it a 2? No, was it a 1?
The 1.
It was a 1, right? Why is there a 2? I'm confused.
You get an
You roll
additional
a-
1d4 for some.
That's
Yeah.
weird. That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
got
I
one.
get a key point back. Regardless, I'm using that key point to dash again. So, same thing. Crazy movement. 55 double is 110. So,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hear the waves lapping up against the dilapidated dock here.
Okay, I don't even know if I'm at the right dock yet, but 11, 12, 13. When I step out onto the dock, what do I see?
Well, remember, Decius took his ship kind
Left.
of back out. So he's
Oh,
in the
shit.
bay over here somewhere. You'd have to get his attention.
Okay. So 13, 14. I'm gonna
Or you can try to swim.
that's true. Dang it. If I was a higher level monk, I could walk on water. Or run on water. Yeah, I'll call out to him. What happens when I scream his name?
Well, it takes a few seconds for him to start moving, but he'll start moving. bring the boat. Not sure how long it's going to take him to get there, though.
Okay. So then I'll use the rest of my movement to kind of be at the ready.
Okay.
So I've used my action and my bonus action. That's it.
Right. Stone Lion. Well,
I can't even see this lion yet.
it begins rushing straight at Ragmir as it the closest thing to him. That is as far as it goes. Helion.
Hooray. My shit does nothing. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Hmm. Okay, well. That's all I got.
Okay. Callum.
Can't see the
Yes,
people that are
yes,
getting attacked,
yes.
so I can't do nothing.
Yep.
I still can't see nothing. I don't see the line anymore though.
Nope.
5.
Oh, I still see
Man.
it.
Your puny human
Oh,
eyes.
I do see him. Never mind. We're just stuck right here. We can't do any. What's the square right here, by the way?
That would be
It's,
a hall of mirrors.
Yeah, it's
That he broke free of it instantaneously because it didn't even fucking.
it doesn't affect you guys, just him.
Okay, cool.
Well, did it even affect him?
Well, no. It
Yeah.
did not.
He
I'm
saw
gonna-
it for a moment.
What?
He was not amused by my cheap tricks.
Oh, fair enough. Well, that's all. Well, I guess I can move. I could cast a spell to do something. I don't want to go any far forward anymore.
Okay.
Boom. Eat it. Oh,
No way.
told me 9.
Well, let's see if he fails or not. He does.
Hey yo, I've landed all 3. Dang, look at that. A 16th is gone.
So what we'll do, Keith, I'll play keep away. You keep doing that.
Chip damage ever so slowly.
20 hours
Beauty.
later.
just a big game of kiting him around.
The whole time.
You gotta kite him around long enough for somebody to take a rest.
Yeah.
Good luck with that one.
I feel like it's been done before.
I'll move 60 feet.
That's all I could do then. I
Okay.
end my turn, Yugi.
We did the old switcheroo, so maybe he'll chase the turtle.
I'm just excited to go see him turn around and just be
Now
with us.
that I notice my torch is there, I'm gonna put it, or my lantern's there, and put it out
Going to
and go to stealth. Maybe it'll work.
there you go. Now you're back to your normal actual sight, which is not a lot.
Nothing.
Turtles can't see in the dark.
Nope.
They can see in murky water, but not the dark.
You can't even see in murky water.
Nope.
No.
Can't see
Are you
shit.
a turtle or a tortoise? Tortoise. A turtle or
I'm a tortoise.
Turtle.
Curtis.
You're
a
a
turtle or a
Or green turd.
tortoise?
Turtle.
God, well,
He's a turtle.
Ragmir, it is your turn. It seems the lion is catching up, although you're not entirely sure if it's coming after you or if it's running after the other two. But that stone lion is definitely coming after you.
Okay. Oh, fuck it. We'll just fuck with the lion.
It's supposed we don't have any potions.
Roll
Nope.
the dead on the line. Fails.
You definitely feel that. That's some damage.
Sorry, is it the stone lion or the lion?
The stone line. The stone line.
Okay.
Right. The stone line, yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
It only gets a D12 if it's already taken damage, though.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, okay. We'll
Yeah.
also let you
Let's roll it.
Not to be a Nazi.
It's a very good man. Very well done.
heal.
Still pretty good damage.
Yeah. 12 damage instead of 18. There you go.
Yeah, we got the right. Cool.
There you go.
Right.
And now I run. 4 and 5. There we go.
The lion's turn.
Is it dark in here?
Far as he can go.
Who
Squeezing
turned
through
out
the
the
doorways.
lights?
Deathmore. You turned out the lights. Specifically.
Guess I'll do. Um, and I will hold a dodge, or I'll use dodge as my action.
Dodge. Felix.
I don't see anything. Oh, actually, I do see something. Wait, let me see. Sorry. I don't know if I should see that guy there. Let me make sure I'm supposed to be able to. Oh yeah, I have a lot of no, I only have 90, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't quite see the lion.
Yeah. I think I have 90 feet of dark vision, so I shouldn't be able to see him yet. I'll pull out my bow and hold an action to shoot at the lion. The pride guy when he walks in line of sight.
Yeah, sees
That's
the
it.
ship comes a little bit closer. Stone lion. Going to squeeze past the lion.
Pridey boy.
And he's
Well,
gonna
I was
take
about to go see something walk by.
a swipe at the dwarf here.
Okay. And that
Wow.
hits.
Lasted 20. Only 4 points of slashing damage though.
Yeah.
That's it? I don't trust it.
Alien.
It's a D6 plus 3.
Your
Don't
turn.
trust it.
Suddenly he explodes.
And 30 tiny stone lions appear.
Let's
I
see.
still can't even see my team to help yet, so that's what I got.
Alum.
I can't even see the line yet either.
Nope.
Reload application. Okay, hold up. Oh,
You just denied. Just outside of your range.
boom. There we go.
I wonder why I
Hate
can
that.
only see. Oh, I see. That's why. Because it's.
Boom. I'm the real carry here. Where is it?
That makes sense.
Toll of Dead is my most powerful cantrip, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, probably.
1d6. Yeah, it literally is. Has landed every single time though.
Not
Please
this.
land.
Oh,
Yes!
Oh,
Wait, so does he?
He does
He
not
failed.
take double damage.
Aw. No, because if
Take
you,
damage.
I'm glad. I'm glad you don't, because you'd punish us. We roll ones a lot for some reason.
I know. We've already rolled multiple.
Duty.
Booty
Oh
booty.
boy. So I can bet dash up to 80 feet because I have the long stride, right? Or is it okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. Fuck this shit. Ah, right there. Finger. There we go.
That's what I should have done. Instead of counting.
Yeah. 80 feet.
Running in the dark.
Waving
It's
my
the wall.
This has
little
evolved
flippers.
into less of a fight and more of just a route.
So I guess while I sit here and actually no, I'll wait. I'll save my action.
All right. Action. Ragmir. Turn, sir.
Mm,
ginger spear.
It's not bad for $80. Let me open it.
Alright, well, toll the dead the stone lion again.
I'm casting Toll the Dead on you, but you're not dead. What the fuck?
Sorry.
Damn. Oh,
You made
that
that
happened.
one.
Yep. I won. And whoop, I'll just run away.
Lion will take a swipe of you as you.
Ooh.
Four,
I want to see how much
five.
damage she gets.
If he hits. He hits.
Yep. Let's see how much damage he does. Aw.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
Stone Lion is not all that.
no.
No, I
but
mean
the
his max
one-
damage is 9, so that's
Yeah.
livable.
But the other guy, his health pool just seems scary. Hate to see what he does when he actually attacks somebody.
2d20 plus some.
Right.
It was like 3d8 or some shit plus 5.
3D
Finally moving.
dead.
He's kind of like stepping over the Stone Lion.
Oh no.
Right. Kulik. Getting a fireball to the face.
Wait,
No,
what?
Not this, like the spell fireball, but the ball of fire that he.
Wait, he didn't even see the exchange. This is
He
bullshit.
knows.
It's his
Somehow he
gym.
knows. I assume 23 hits.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm at a 15.
16 points
Ow.
of fire damage.
Ow. See, apply damage. Okay. I might start swimming. Sorry, team. I'm sure you'll survive
But good luck, everybody else.
this mission.
He's ditching us.
Deathamore,
Yes.
your turn.
Yeah, so he does do 3d8, guys, in case you were wondering.
That's not even his strongest.
1,
Exactly.
Excuse
2,
me?
3.
That's
I'm
just
scared.
that's his poke damage for when people get away from him.
Fuck.
Good to know.
Alright.
This isn't even my final form, he said.
Dwarf!
What?
Yes,
Uh-oh.
Deathamore, you peek out and you can see a Stone Lion and the Duke.
Yeah, that's what I'm
both kind
saying.
of in the way.
No,
That's what I'm trying to think about.
I am not happy with this.
Lonnie, if you're asking for healing, I can't see you, so deal
Oh,
with it.
I can see. You can't see.
Yep.
Can't
All I
heal what
see
you
is
can't see.
exactly. All I see is the big lines behind me.
Ah, shit.
Okay.
Hmm.
4, 5. I'm engaging the stone lion. I'll stay myself there.
Okay. Go for it.
Yep. Punch.
He actually punched it.
Punching
yo.
granite.
So
Hey, it
do
worked though.
damage.
Oh, yep.
Ooh, that's max
I
damage.
will then do so my final key point to go a flurry of blows.
Way. 2 attacks.
Yep. So the first attack,
Miss.
the second one I will go and use instead of an attack, use the healing hands as the second of the unarmed strikes.
On yourself.
Yep.
Seems useful.
Percent.
Thank you.
That definitely got the Stone Lion's attention. It whirls to face you.
And then I will.
Alright, go ahead.
I actually have one more action. Yeah. As it turns around, I'll punch it. I'll try to sucker punch in the jaw.
Right.
Because why not?
Yeah, you get 4 attacks when you spin
Nice,
the
that one will
keyboard.
hit.
In the chin.
Another 10, nice.
Thank you. That's my turn.
If it had blood, it would be considered bloodied.
Interesting.
Philip.
Yeah, I would. Looking at this dock, can I just walk up to wall and break line of sight and scale the building? Is that something
No,
possible?
it's literally just like it just
Open
goes
dock.
up to the dock. Yeah. It's just to prevent like
Jumping
diving
over.
off.
Interesting. Oh shit. Um. Shit. Well, fuck. I don't know what to do. I will spend my final key point. No, I ain't nothing else I could do with my key points. So I'm gonna use my final one to dash again.
Okay, we're dashing to.
As far away as I can get, because I would like to just be able to break line of sight, but I don't see anything here really. So
I mean, other than the water.
yeah, that actually is a good idea. I jump into the water.
Right.
What happens?
Jump into the cool water of the Faventine River. As you do so, you do not see this as underwater in the dark. But Ragmir, 2D, you can't see this. Callum can't see this. Halion can't. So Ragmir and Zathamor see the Duke suddenly stop, stand upright, and then vanish in a flash of small golden lights.
Hmm.
Okay.
Do I see golden lights?
Nope,
you're
you
underwater.
see
In the
nothing.
water?
You're
Thank
underwater. Blah, blah,
Well,
blah,
I was,
blah,
I
blah.
was hoping he wasn't going to teleport to me. He's fucking shake me. Yeah. So it's half speed, half movement, right? In water or something like that.
Uh,
Yeah. So that was one.
unless you have something that gives you a swimming speed.
No.
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
It's just half my movement in water,
Yes.
or is it something different than that?
Sorry, what now?
I just want to clarify. It's just half my total movement, right? So about total movement.
It's considered like difficult.
Yeah. Okay.
Instead
Cool,
of
cool,
5
cool.
feet per square, it's 10 feet.
Gotcha. And if I have 110, this is like I get 55 total. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna swim towards the boat. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then technically I have 11. I'm off
Yeah,
grid here,
that would take you off the grid. Yeah.
but yeah, it doesn't matter.
We'll say that Decius's ship is about to get to that point, so he'll be able to pick you up by the time it gets to you.
Awesome.
So you are effectively out of the
I dipped. Recognize,
Stone Lion's
cold
turn.
winters.
He's gonna flip around and try to smack the little elf smacking it.
Oh, that actually hits me.
I think it hits.
8 points of damage. Hey, Leon.
Oh,
The sound of the lion boastful laughter has ceased. Before?
River.
Hello?
River.
Sorry, I stepped away to grab a water. I'm sorry, I was
Oh, you're
running
good.
back.
You're good. Also,
I
Tell
guess I'm just gonna.
jump to a different chat for some reason. That's cool.
Oh, that's where I go. That's what I got. Why is everybody jumping to the other chat?
I don't know.
What is happening?
I don't know what they're doing.
I'd like to think that
Go.
Lonnie went over to go tell Jacob back over here.
Yeah,
I
there
have
they
no
are.
idea.
sorry.
Come with
It's fine. I was just like, what are they doing?
They're running
Those
away.
dirty secrets.
Oh, okay. I see what you guys are doing. Cool.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah.
colluding.
Right, Lonnie? We totally
Collusion going on around here, and I do not appreciate
How's it going? Yeah, and D&D.
So, River back yet?
Yeah, I moved. I did what I can do.
it. Kellen,
My turn.
your turn.
Let's go kill this lion, because my guy doesn't know he disappeared yet. Wink, wink. 15, 20.
You round the corner
Oh,
and you see a stone lion, but no big lion.
interesting. He just disappeared. This worked on your boss. Maybe it'll work on you. Watch it miss. I do it twice. Yeah, I did.
That's fine. He fails.
Ha, ha. Eat it.
Zelda dead. It's done a lot of work for you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
haven't missed yet.
For that. Because
Famous last words.
2D.
fuck this shit. 10, 15, 20, 25. Do I see anything or am I still blind?
Uh, uh, you can see Decius's fight for his ship, kind of barely in the distance, approaching the.
Jesus, I'm gonna move my other 50 feet. So I only move 30.
Hop in and swim towards it.
Yeah, except so there.
Turtle.
Right there. There we go.
Right. Ragmir. Music just got really sad all of a sudden.
Who's dying?
I must not be up to date.
Because I
Chris,
find out I can't swim.
What did you have fucking planned?
Ah, you fool.
Oh, I'm not in sync. Okay. I haven't been in sync this whole time.
Alright. Try to kill the thing. Chromatic orb. At first level.
Okay.
It'll be thunder.
Thunder. Yeah, that hits.
Perfect. Damn.
Hanging on, but not by much.
Alright, that's it.
Sathamore.
First
Finish
punch.
the beast. It's hits. Yeah, that's enough. All right, so with that last resounding crack low, the stone line begins to fracture and fall apart until longer. It is.
Can I take its
Nice.
head?
Yeah, part of it's kind of like crumbled, and well, I mean it's large. Like you'd have to kind of like deadlift it.
Ah,
It's like one of those stones you see at like the Island games, you know, like just the big
Oh.
round
Yep.
stones. Yeah, it's basically something akin to grabbing one of those.
I guess I don't have negative. Okay, I guess
Spirit
can I check
pack.
and see if it has any like if there's like any magical properties of how this was operating?
Sure.
Would that be Arcana?
Yes, we are outside of combat now. So everybody can move about as wish. And yeah, Arcana.
Let's see.
Cool.
So can I board the boat?
Yeah, so Decius kind of brings the ship over and he kind of pokes his head over the side of his little fishing boat and he goes, fish out of water, huh? And he kind of reaches a hand down and helps you climb into the boat, and then we'll do the same for 2D as well. And then he will dock.
I'm gonna recede into my shell.
I guess the only other thing I kind of want to do is I want to investigate its eye sockets, since I did see that they were glowing.
It appears that whatever caused them to be glowing was some of the resident residual magic that actually animated it.
Okay.
Best you can tell, it's probably animated in the same way that suits of armor can be animated.
Cool.
A relatively simple spell.
I'll just kind of drop the head and kind of roll it away as I walk on.
Okay. It just on the ground.
Yeah.
Once more, the grounds of the trader's estate grow. Have what you came for.
Killed some demons. Kill a rock. Saw an actual demon lord. Okay, I guess we're good to leave, guys. I'll say back to Callum and Helion.
Okay, sure.
And I'll just move towards the docks to see if the ship arrived, since I can't actually see that.
Are you wanting to explore any more around here, or are you ready to go?
You know what? Instead of actually going that way, I kind of want to explore the northern section that the line kind of came from.
Oh, yeah, the gardens.
Yeah.
Okay. Certainly do so for the sake of time and for getting
Yeah.
everybody. You find that the gardens are a maze of long, overgrown hedges. You actually come across another stone lion. However, it is completely unanimated, does not move.
Okay.
There were multiple of them here in gardens, but only one was ever activated.
What's the name of the boat driver again?
Decius.
Decius.
Yeah.
I'll return back to the
He-
ship
he
and be with
is
Theseus and the team.
an older gentleman, human, very, very drunk. He has one good eye, the other one is scarred over. Any other exploring to be done? Or are you ready to move on?
I guess we could go back and check
Since the big scary guy disappeared,
Yeah.
Check his bed for cum stains.
can I
God.
poke my head back in here? Is he back in here?
Nope.
Can I poke in here?
Silent.
Can I have my torch?
Yeah.
I'm blind. Can I
He
search
has a
around
light
here?
on the ship.
Attempted to feed on this boat driver.
Wrong. Yeah, I did.
Thank you. Can I search around here and then these couple rooms over here?
Yeah.
Or did we already search these rooms up here?
You already searched those rooms.
Oh yeah, I just want to search this room then. The room where he was in.
Didn't
Is
really
a
matter.
nicely furnished room. Tiling is done in a very faux gold style. Desk corner, which has long since been ransacked, removed of any valuables. The only valuable that was in here was
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm good then.
Yo, would this boat driver notice if I just fed off him and shit? He probably would.
I mean, maybe.
If I snuck up behind him a little bit,
Do you want to drink a drunk guy's blood?
probably. Not right
You
now.
want to get drunk?
Not right now.
Yes.
Fucking scene from What We Do in the Shadows.
I would love to go get drunk.
I haven't watched
'cause I
that show
can't.
yet. Is it a good show?
What We Do in the Shadows? Oh, it's
I have a tool to keep me safe from any fun parties.
All right. You guys load back up into Decius. Leave the trader's estate. Turn to
Hey.
which is
Oh, I
currently
see naked
showing
people.
the wrong party.
Who are these
They
people?
definitely had a party.
Them. You guys are.
And the whole different section.
Yep.
On a boat.
You're on a boat.
Oh,
Decius can take you just about wherever you want to go.
It's to turn it in, right?
yeah. I want to turn it into.
You remember where to go to turn it in?
Yeah, well, if not, I'm just gonna go back to the head and quarter.
Is it
That is the designated meeting place.
to the head and quarter?
Ah.
Or I can go back and talk to my contact and call him a piece of trash.
He dropped you
But-
off at this small docking area here. Continue the head and quarter. By the time you get back to the head and quarter, peak hours have long since passed, and it's relatively quiet. The massive crowd that was in there earlier this very night has been.
What I miss? I'm sorry.
I want to kick open the door and
Oh
with
my
my head
God.
down, find a seat, just flop myself on there.
Okay. You kick in the door and walk inside, and you notice that it's not just quiet, it's empty.
I'm gonna sit down. My
Duty, did you
fucking
just go and break into a locked establishment?
my coins and my shell chingle.
The door wasn't locked. There's no one in here.
I'm gonna yell, waiter, bring me a drink. Waiter.
Does the rest of the party follow Portal inside, or are they staying?
This was a designated meeting place, so
Yep.
What I
Yeah,
missed,
I
by
guess
the
we'll all
way.
just head in.
I'll follow behind the turtle.
I don't know what point you left, Keith, but we're just going back to the head and quarter.
Oh, okay.
Turn in.
Last thing I remember is we killed the stone lion and Devin picked up its head.
Yeah, there's a little bit of exploring going on, but nothing of note was found.
10-4.
Okay.
Where's this waiter at?
Huh?
Waitress.
You
bartender?
all step tentatively inside the now empty and eerily quiet head.
Can I make a perception check to
Yeah.
look for any signs of life? Wait, I can't find my character.
Oh, yeah.
Can you?
I'll join in with them on that.
Cool perception check.
I think I'll just call out and say, "Hey, Durgan, are you here still?"
Yay. What do I see?
Ragmir, you notice that everything seems to have been left in a hurry. Like there are still bottles and empty like plates just sitting on some of the tables in the Kulik, you see up on the second floor a shadow beginning to move, approaching the balcony where they can look down upon you. It is a man, tall, thin, with very sharp feet, black hair, about maybe shoulder length, and he is wearing a dark leather armor with a traveling cloak, also black, covering it.
I don't see any weapons drawn or hidden.
does not have any weapons drawn, but he certainly has daggers at his hip, in a belt along his chest, and possibly more. That is what you can see from. It's at this point in time that Kuro also enters the Headquarter Tavern from the main doorway, walks in and shuts the door behind him, and he stands guard.
Kuro was the Dragonborn, the black one?
Yep. He's the one who hired you.
Right. And by the way that his body language is it seem like he's trying to prevent our escape?
He doesn't seem hostile, but he is just standing in
Happens to
front
be
of you.
there. Okay. No, I'll just say eyes up to the team.
Be aware.
Hey, you. Where's my money?
Damn, straight to the point.
That bag of change that you promised me, please.
The man looks over all of you intently, sizing up each and every one. Says, "Seems you've returned from the estate mostly unharmed. Were you able to acquire the item we sent you there?"
Mm.
It didn't seem like you guys were completely forthcoming with the dangers that lay ahead or that were there.
Indeed. I do apologize for that. It was meant to serve as a test. A test that you have admirably succeeded at.
Nice.
Continue.
He
Continue.
I'm listening. What else you got?
he casually leaps the balcony and lands before all of you. Draws himself back up to his height and pulls out a sack of coin. Says, "Will be rewarded for this work you have done for us tonight.
Okay.
I have something much, much more important to discuss with you." He sets the bag of gold on the table, reaches into another pouch, and pulls out a small metallic looking object. It's almost disc-like.
Ooh, how much is it? How much is it worth?
In the center of this disc is a small blue gemstone.
Money.
Does it resemble the gemstone I have on me?
No. He sets it also down on the table and speaks a command word under his breath. The gem begins to light up, and above it is now an illusory image. Several illusory images playing in order. You see, looks to be a battle of some kind. You see troops that look to be wearing the kind of armor that you see on the guards around the town, the standard Albaranian military guard. You also see soldiers of some other country. You're not entirely sure.
Okay.
They look to be a lot more lightly armored, most of them wearing scarves or turbans. In between them, seemingly fighting both sides, is yet another army made up of humanoid, well, mostly humanoid creatures of stone, wood, and
On wood and metal.
man continues. A few weeks ago, our world was invaded by the greatest calamity to fall it since the Dark Ages. And our army, the army of Alberon and the army of our now allies, Haran, have been completely and utterly wiped.
Do I recognize the like weapons? Like like are they fighting right in the illusion?
Yep.
Do I recognize the weapons with what I was searching for?
It's hard to get a grasp on the details because it's several images kind of flicking back and forth to one another. Just
Mm.
enough for you to get the general idea, but not long enough for you to really stare and get the details. But it appears that this third army that is this major threat, apparently, they wield a variety of weapons. You see some of them even casting magic spells, and some of them do not appear to be humanoid at all, but almost like constructed as weapons of.
So, is this like your way of
Boy.
recruiting people for your army, your new army, or whatever?
Who are you?
Could say that. My name is Corvus Antonius. I am the master of Alberonian Shadow Legion.
Hmm.
Yes,
Shadow
6 of
Copy?
you are to be our new recruits.
What's the pay rate
Oh,
and my salary?
You will be
Hourly?
free to keep any gold you happen upon during your travels and during your missions. You will even have access to whatever assets that we can provide, provided that there is enough requisition to go around.
I want a golden carriage with diamond wheels, and you know, I want some privacy screen on it. Maybe a little entertainment inside. You know what I'm saying?
Can I gently, like, I'm trying to see how I want to phrase this because I'm a monk.
Perhaps the name Shadow Legion
Tap
is
him on
lost
the back
upon
of
you, my
the,
friend.
like,
Yeah,
almost like Gib slap him from NCIS, like something like
think
that, without physically causing him harm with my
think
fist.
about it
Fury.
like hiding in plain sight type of thing.
Well,
uh,
that is the reason why we have started using adventurers rather than soldiers. We need people who can move freely and talk to other people of importance that we are unable to this time.
Interesting. How does this gem and that lion beast play into your war?
As I said, it was a test. He reaches over and grabs the gem, whispers another command word, and you see a now obviously illusory version of the lion Duke of Pride springing to existence on the.
It was a trick the whole time.
A convincing illusion. Nothing
I
more.
was sussing that.
I feel very fake.
Well,
Not that
that is what makes it
fireplace.
such a successful.
Oh, I see. I'll hand the gem over to him, or do we get to keep this as well?
It is of little value.
Right.
You may keep it if you
Trophy.
wish.
Yeah, I like to keep trophies of things I hunt and succeed at.
Then,
I'm interested. I don't know about the rest of them.
I must tell you that this is not a request I am making.
Hmm.
I must be perfectly clear about this. These are dire times, and drastic measures must be taken.
Well, dang.
I understand. I'm all
I
in.
was in regardless.
It's for the betterment of our kingdom. I'm more than happy to help him out.
As long as my adventures take me, keep forgetting what that city's called. It's the center of all magic in the land. I want to
As
go
long as I
there.
can hunt and fight, I'll be fine.
Very well.
Excuse me.
I do appreciate the eagerness to volunteer. Noted. Before we go any further, there is something I need all of you. He reaches into a pouch underneath his cloak and pulls out 6 documents already written out on parchment. He takes out
Wait a minute.
an ornate
Wait a
bowl
minute.
and
No.
a small knife.
I remember this. No.
Here we go again.
I don't wanna.
As I said, this is not a voluntary thing. We need assurances.
I'll step forward first to go and sign the first document.
I'll be right behind him.
So, the way this works is he takes the knife, he makes a small cut on your finger, and lets the blood drip into the bowl. He then takes a special quill, sucks up the blood in, and you are able to then read over this document and sign it. Those of you who were here for the last campaign, you had
Yeah.
special
The
conditions,
same rules.
saying that you can only mention certain things to certain people. This is slightly less restrictive. You can mention that you are part of Shadow Legion,
Okay.
but if you are ever to act out in a way that the Shadow Legion deems irredeemable, then the bearer of these contracts can enact upon it magic that will destroy the being whose name is signed.
Nice.
Congratulations, you're now the Suicide Squad.
Literally, that's literally it.
Oh, we're doing it again. Perfect.
How?
But this time you can speak a bit more than you were able to the last campaign.
Is it chokers again?
We'll get
Chokers.
choked out again. Literally, it's gonna happen.
As you sign, there is a pain that breaks out around your neck and your chest, and if you can see your skin there is imprint of 2 hands almost tattooed upon your skin, reaching up as if they're going to throttle you, and then they recede into the flesh and they are not longer visible.
Perfect.
Here we go again, baby.
Once we deem that your services are no longer necessary, contracts will be annulled. Have my
What
Now.
frick? I just want to get rich.
He spins the top of the disc. See, it actually has the top plate can rotate. And the next image that appears is that of one of these creatures. Looks to be male in build. It has a hood that covers most of its face, but you can see underneath it a face almost skullish like.
Okay.
Says, "This is the leader of the force. Calls himself Harbinger. And when he destroyed our armies in Quran, he left us a message saying not to get in his way and that he is enacting something that he calls the Terminus Directive.
Order 66.
He does not lead this army alone, however, and he turns the dial again, and you see 4 of these creatures, each distinct. You see one that is apparently very large in stature, and they wield massive gauntlets with shields attached to them. It almost looks like this thing just bull rushes into combat and is extremely protected while doing so.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Spooky.
Corvus says that this lieutenant's name is Aegis.
He gets.
Code names, of course, as they don't have any way of knowing their actual names. The second one you see is feminine in build, wearing wizardly robes, but oddly enough, having 2 sets of arms. In the image, she is floating above the battlefield, casting some lightning type magic from one set of arms and shooting forth a burst of flames from the other. This one they call Enchantress.
Okay.
The next one
Enchantress.
is another male seeming. This one is covered in all sorts of mechanical bits and bobs. He wears a headband that has one of those. If you've ever seen them, it's like the magnifying glass on one end, but it has the multiple levels, like a very steampunky kind of thing. As one of them, and one of his hands almost have these long, elongated appendages. This one is called the Tinkerer.
Hmm.
And finally, you see taking up a position of advantage upon the battlefield a tall, thin one of these creatures, wearing what appears to be kind of like a long, almost duster-like coat and a hat, and he is wielding some sort of oversized crossbow. The image is capturing him mid-shot, and instead of a normal bolt coming out of it, it is a stream of brightly shining energy, magical in some nature, I assume. This one we call the Hunter. Each of these 4 lieutenants have spread out and are beginning to pursue their own goals across the world. Your objectives will be to stop one of these lieutenants and ultimately discover what this Terminus directive is that they plan to do. Whatever we can to stop it.
It sounds like it's kind of in the name. Terminus.
Well, yes, we assume the worst. But until we know exactly what it is they intend to do, there's little we can do to stop it.
Which general are you assigning us the takeout, sir?
Your team will be assigned to the Hunter.
Hmm.
Hunter, huh?
Boy with the crossbow.
We have little
Yep.
information on him, although, truthfully, we have little information on the other as well. But we do know where he has had appearances. He seems to be targeting the elven realm of Sylvanas. What he is doing
Sylvanas,
there,
huh?
we do not know.
Hmm.
Oh, we don't have that map. Oh well.
A map,
It's
you
pinned.
say? Hang on a second.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Ooh, that looks clean as hell, dude.
Yeah, that does look nice.
Ooh, I like it. Shut up. You leave me alone.
Like a good map makes anyone happy, dude.
Seems like the stream. There we go.
Wait,
Low to pick up.
where are we at?
You will have to try and pick up his trail, but more importantly, you will need to gain the trust of elves themselves. As the last few decades, very few have been allowed enter their domain, and none have returned.
Wonder what they taste like.
Am I just blind? Where's Faventium?
That's what I was saying.
So, sorry, this is the map of where you will ultimately.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This is Sylvanas.
Gotcha.
Okay.
My
Yeah.
bad.
As far as the map of the world goes, in it is quite a ways west and slightly north of the Empire.
Okay.
How long would it take us to get there?
Long time.
It would be several weeks by ship would be fastest.
Ooh.
Few months if you're going by foot.
Well, dang.
Oh my god.
Well.
I'm so dumb. I tried to sign in with my fucking work.
Ah,
I understand that well.
it happens, dude.
Well, this will be a fun party to go into the Elven Woods with.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
Let's see. Racism. I don't know.
Maybe a little bit of murder.
Probably some murder with that vampire and that turtle. And probably more racism or murder with the elf. So this will be great.
Mm-hmm.
Just so the stream can see. Oop. So Faventium is over here. This little here. Sylvanas is all the way north.
Yep.
Yeah, so you'll need to take passage along the Enrathian Sea, past good old Glennisport, past good old Sahur, past not so good old Bloodport, onward.
Well, sounds like we have our mission.
Yeah, we're walking there, right?
I certainly try.
By the time we get there, the war will be over. It'll take years.
I mean, we'll definitely know what the Terminus Directive means at that point.
Exactly.
Because it will already have happened.
Yeah. Well, what I'm trying to say is, are we gonna have a ship? Anyone provide us with a boat?
I mean, we have a boat friend.
The
Don't know how well
resources currently allocated to us. can get you as far as Glennisport. From there,
Okay.
find a ship and a crew to take you forth.
Okay.
Is there anything in the terms of resources you give us other than a ship? Anything useful?
At the moment, and sadly, no.
No.
However,
Sad.
during your travels, if you happen across any individuals who might be worthwhile in recruiting into our cause, then you should inform us.
We might
Bring
need
them
some
into the-
extra documents.
So, any further questions for me before I depart and leave?
He knows where we're supposed to go. I'm good.
How would you like
Yeah.
us to reach back out to you?
He reaches into a pouch and pulls forth a small stone with various runes inscribed upon it. You can send messages through here. You must keep them brief. You can only send so many a day. Wisely. And he has given you a sending stone.
All right.
I guess I will hold on to the sending stone unless Halian wants it.
No, you can hang on to it.
Okay. I think that's everything, at least for myself.
I don't have any questions. I'm trying to think here. I'm like, I don't think I have any questions. It's all pretty self-explanatory for the most part.
Ow.
I think I'm gonna reach for that bag of gold,
Oh my god.
bag of coins.
Does not stop you.
I swipe it and start feeding it into my shell,
There's quite a bit of gold in
uh,
there.
which is why I'm starting now.
So, any of you remember how much you were promised?
I do not remember.
I know it was a moderate sum.
I'm counting it.
1,000 each.
I'm gonna look over at Tootie
Mm-hmm.
and tell him I've been keeping track of how much he's been pulling out, and that's coming out of his share.
I think we each get 1,000. Is that correct?
I do believe that. Correct, yeah.
I'll put 1,000 in my shell.
A little gold to get you on your way. If you wish for us to take you to Glennisport, meet me in the morning at Donetta's Tower in Argenti. The guards will be on the lookout for you, and they will let you pass. If you wish to undertake this journey upon your own, feel free to do so.
That would be a bad idea. We need friends.
Probably.
How many people do you trust?
Well, since I'm from this town, a lot of people from this town.
As do
I'm
I
from
have
this town
connections.
too, and not a lot of people.
It
I
may
have
also
connections, but
it may also behoove you to prepare before the journey.
I
Glennisport is also a wealthy trading city if you decide to go that route, but it's seen quite a bit of unrest since our occupation of it a few years ago. And I do not know what kind of goods you will find in Sylvana.
it'll probably be a good idea to stock up then, like he said.
Yeah.
Let's find a store now that we actually have some money.
Is there any that you recommend for us to come peruse the wares at?
I'm afraid my familiarity with this town in particular is lacking. I stay on
Understood.
the road.
Understood.
Well, unless there are no more questions for me, I will either see you tomorrow morning at Danetta's Tower or whenever we meet next.
I'm good for now.
We will see you then.
That take his leave.
You said Scylla's tower, right?
Danetta's
Or-
Tower.
Aw, dang it. Never mind.
The one kind of north east.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
the one
Yeah.
in purple on the event.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, I guess we stock up now. But it's night. But sure, why not?
I
You
don't know. I
will-
feel like we should wait until we get to, because he said it was a trade city. Well,
Lennisport
wealthy
is.
trade city. So I'm like, do we want to wait?
I mean, we might as well check and see what's in town first, and then we can
True.
think about it.
Yep.
So y'all gonna do shopping in the morning then?
Definitely.
All right. I want to go hunting for some wild animals or something.
Okay. There
The
is
vampire's vegetarian.
Great
I'm not a
call.
vegetarian.
The vampire's
Right.
version of vegetarian.
Yeah.
there is
More of a omnivore.
a small forest to the south of Faventium. Where you
That's
may
where.
go if you would like to.
Yes, I got half health, and I'm gonna go hunt some shit.
Kuro sees you all out. He says, Durgan asked me to lock up when all of this was over with.
Understood. Thanks.
He will lock up and he will begin making his way. He's also going south.
Is he going with us?
Well, Kilik is headed out of the city, I assume.
Yeah. With my
Or is
contract, I can't really hunt the villagers, now can I?
Again, so
Yeah, overnight I'll hunt and then sleep out in the woods.
make me a survival check.
Yay!
And while you're doing that, the rest of you, what are you going to do for evening?
I want to go check
Question.
out this temple since it's a god I worship.
Grathis?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get to that here. Rather opulent.
And I'm gonna eat. Yep.
Yo, I'll join you. We haven't eaten in literally, what, 8 hours? It's been a while.
Yeah.
While the rest of you are going, 2D. The Temple of Enrathis is a large structure. It's only one floor, but it's built to stand quite tall. The building itself is made of black, almost obsidian material. Woven through it are many, many cracks which have been filled with gold.
Ooh. Where's the entrance? Do I see?
There
Is there an entrance?
there's a large double door lead into it, and even at this time of night, the temple doors are open.
And I will walk inside.
As you are walking the temple, Felix, as
Hiya,
you
Cotton.
are, sorry.
Yes, I'm listening. Sorry.
Okay. You find something while you are out looking for a meal. You happen upon a strange tree in the forest.
What does it look like?
It almost doesn't quite match the same trees that are here. It's hard to explain. Everything seems to be in the throes of fall. Leaves are beginning to turn red, and beginning to shed their leaves. This tree is as bright and green as if it was the middle of springtime.
Interesting. I go up to it and I touch it.
As you approach the tree, there is a low, rumbling growl.
You made it angry.
Uh,
And beginning to make its way outside of the clearing that this tree sits in is what at first looks to be a large dog. But as it approaches, it begins to grow in size to that of a grizzly bear. And black, flaming smoke begins to pour from its mouth.
oh, ooh, that's exciting.
Fight, fight, fight.
I know that's what I'm thinking too. I'm still low health, right? I didn't heal between now and then, huh?
Blow it up.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Blow
I
it
get
up.
since I'm a ranger, I get like a free casting event. So I'll cast Speak with Animals, and I'll say, um, uh, I'll say, ooh, interesting. Hello there. Who are you? To this bear creature thing.
It simply continues to slowly approach, trying to interpose itself between you and the tree. And it says, "Leave this place."
Man.
Um, I'll ask him, what are you protecting? What's so special about this tree?
This place is sacred to my master. You will leave.
Your master. Who's your master?
Kind of like cocks its head. And, my master is my master.
Hmm, interesting. Can I make a perception check to kind of size up? Right, because I've hunted bears before. Um, to try and see, like, just like get a feel for how I would do in this fight, right? I'm gonna try to, if that's cool. So perception. Shit. I get a good, yeah. I'm trying to get a feel for how or how vicious this fight would be if I were to partake.
As far as size go, you may have hunted larger, but probably not alone. And there's something unnatural about this creature.
Hmm.
Though it does not seem to want to fight you necessarily. But it does not want you coming any nearer to the tree.
Yeah, I'll step away from the tree and I'll say, "Oh, I don't mean you or your master any harm. I'm just out here looking for a meal."
He kind of relaxes a little bit, still not shrinking back down to his normal size, and kind of points its snout into another direction. Says, Small herd of deer, easy prey.
I'll make a note of this area and I'll nod to him and head that direction.
BRB.
Righty. The rest of your night goes without much incident. You're able to successfully find some food.
Interesting.
Back to Tootie.
Yeah.
Inside the temple, there are numerous acolytes running hither and thither doing various tasks. It does seem that maybe earlier in the day, a few killed and that, which, as a follower of Enrathis, is a big part of. At the end of the room, there is a statue of the god.
I'll walk up to it, walk a little closer, and I'll say, Enrathis, I know it's been a long time since I've last spoken with you. Almost 30 years, in fact. But I'm going out on an adventure, and I need a good chunk of change. So please, please, just do me a solid, and I'll make sure I die with a heap of gold on my back.
Your prayers are maybe not answered quite so directly as you would like.
I as a little offering, I peel out one gold coin, and I put it on the base of the statue.
You hear a voice off to the side. An intriguing way about making money, friend. One does not normally want to give that away.
I call it an investment.
Indeed. He comes and stands next to you and looks up. You realize he is dressed in the garb of one of the various priests. He is a man, dark-skinned. He looks like Idris Elba.
I don't know who that is.
Do you not
Yep.
know who Idris Elba is?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, hang
You
Grace.
uncultured swine.
Yeah, that kind of hurts.
One of the best actors out there.
You know who it is. He just can't put a name to his face. I guarantee you.
Oh, from Suicide Squad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Marvel.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, why is there a bunch? Okay. He looks like Idris Elba.
Yep.
Okay.
That is the way I have him described in my notes. Is he looks like Idris Elba. Idris Elba is a badass.
Yeah. Do you have any advice on how maybe I can guarantee my investment?
Enrathis' goal is not to hoard wealth. It is meant to use wealth as a means for good in the world.
Yeah. Just get a lot of it and spend it all. Like that, right?
Makes the economy go around, don't it? Economy means jobs. Jobs means food for people. Doing the Lord's work.
Exactly.
If it was as simple as praying to the god of wealth, money, then dare I say the whole world would be flooded in gold. Sadly, it is not the case.
I would Be a beautiful world, wouldn't it?
Yes, but isn't it scarcity what makes it so valuable?
Maybe the shininess too. The very metallic smell of it.
Perhaps what I'm trying to say, my friend, is that you have exactly what you need for the time being.
And perhaps I just don't believe you. Not anymore anyways. Maybe a younger version of me would have.
Very well.
I bow my head and I pretty much start to walk out.
Stay safe on your travels, Tootie.
He knows your name.
Yours as well, Idris. Okay, no, I gave him a surprise, but then I just smile and nod.
He smiles back and walks behind the statue. On.
He seems more like a Morgan Freeman kind of guy from Bruce Almighty or whatever. Dang. Everybody's a know-it-all now.
Right. Oh. Rest of your nights go fine, I suppose. Sleep.
Yes, I decided to
Leave.
skip. I decided to skip dinner and just go straight to bed.
Okay.
Well, I guess I said a short prayer, but then I went to bed.
Dinner and sleep, boys.
Yeah, I probably just slept in a tree or something.
All right. The next morning, you awaken. The hustle and the bustle of the city returns. What do you want to do?
Who wants to go shopping?
Oh yeah, I want to see if I can find that bear.
You return back to the tree.
Yeah. Just want to ask the bear why the tree seems to have life when everything else around is dead, dying.
You do see the creature. It appears that when it is not being threatened, it takes the form of a normal, large breed of dog,
Oh.
almost like Rottweiler.
He's defensive, maybe aggressive.
Yeah, so I kind of go up to him. Hello, friend.
As you enter the clearing, he once again goes back to his full size.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Can I not befriend a beast of peace? No. Uh, I never got your name. What was your name?
Name not important.
And then I'll ask him, why does this tree seem to have life yet no other?
He kind of snorts.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
He thinks you're stupid.
How long have you been here? Nothing?
No, nothing.
Okay. Well, I'll keep traveling up north back into town.
Okay.
I was just on my way back to town that I stopped to inspect some more, see if there's anything interesting. But yeah, he seems like he's not very forthcoming.
Nope.
But yeah, I'd like to go look for a new tomahawk. Since mine got destroyed.
You probably won't find a tomahawk, but you'll find an axe.
That's true. Fuck. My culture. Yeah, I guess I'll get it. I'll look for some hand axe and stuff.
Okay. Time for shopping. You know what that means.
Roll.
Change music. Oh, we get a roll. Is that what that is?
We
See
have
what the
to-
shop has. I forget, the higher the roll, the better the stuff is, right? I don't remember.
Gotta play that Final Fantasy shopping music. Actually, which game?
No, it's Beetle. It's from. I'm not gonna say which game it's from.
Zelda.
Yep.
Which
Which
one
game has the
though?
best? Which
Dude,
game has
It's
the best
the
shopping music, dude?
it's the phone game
I don't like you right now, Jacob.
where you it's like Pikmin but Zelda form.
Kick him.
Wind Waker.
Get
It
outta
literally says
here.
it on Spotify.
Do.
Okay.
The Wind Waker, dude. One of the best Zelda
Ew,
games.
trash.
Ooh. I don't know about that one, Chief. You're wrong.
Hot take, but
Let's see. Find. Okay.
I forget, wizards can't wear armor, can they?
You are not proficient
Yeah.
in it.
Hey, dude, I have a strength of 8, okay? I'm a god. I lift heavy over here.
All right. So a simple hand axe.
Do.
Gonna run you 5 gold.
All right, I'm gonna buy 2 of them.
2 hand axes for 10 gold.
That leaves me with 990.
Is there anything else anybody would like to?
pick up purchase.
Some lesser potions of healing.
Oceans.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
Please.
about those. We haven't needed them yet.
What do you mean
Any
we didn't need them?
Potions, spell scrolls, magical items, something.
I
Seven.
wasn't dying.
Rolled me a percentile die.
Woohoo.
Sorry.
21. Okay. Yeah, so the potion availability is as follows. Normal potions of healing, potions of climbing, potions of water breathing, potions of gaseous form.
Hey, well, I don't need to breathe in the water, but you guys may, since we're
Oh,
traveling the ocean.
Okay, and how much would they cost?
Potions of healing are going to run you 50 gold a pop. Potions of water breathing are going to run you 250 gold a pop. And the gaseous form is going to run you 2,500.
Okay, I see no need for the gaseous.
You should
I
sneak
wish
into there.
to
Let's see.
Oh yes, spell scrolls.
Yeah, spell scrolls, all that kind of good stuff.
I need more balls.
We have 8
Oh, I got
total
balls for
potions
you.
of healing.
8? Cool.
The
How big
shopkeep,
is
which is
it?
a halfling woman, mentions that another group had just come in and bought several of her potions.
Mm.
God damn it.
And how many
Fucking
water
other
breathing
group.
potions?
Water breathing. Six of those.
6, okay.
Yeah, I'll snag one of this 8 potions.
Okay, so 50.
Yeah, 50 plus my 20. So
We're at full health right now, right?
yeah, you should take a long rest.
And that temp health was gone because
Yes.
thing
It's
wore
been
off.
It's been
Okay.
more than 8 hours.
Sounds good. Does she have any ball bearings?
I will take 3
And
potions of
balls.
healing and 1 potion of water breathing.
Okay.
I like healing. I'll take 2 potions of healing.
Do we add this to D&D Beyond, or can we add it to
Add it to
I
D&D
added to.
Beyond.
D&D
Yeah,
Beyond?
that's what I do. Then you just update your character.
Yeah, and when you
Gotcha.
update, you can actually you can uncheck the boxes so that you're only importing the things that you like your items.
Mine's just cosmetic, but does she have like a cool blue silk robe with like lightning strikes on it?
She might not, but Iskander might.
Ooh, okay. Probably won't do anything. I just want to look cool.
Okay.
I'll buy healing potions though. How much were they again? Sorry.
50.
50?
Ball bearings, Jacob. 1 gold for a bag of them. A lot of
Bag.
them.
A lot of them. Yeah, I'll do that.
The bag of 1,000.
Yeah.
super
I'll
cheap.
buy 2. I'll
Yep.
buy 2.
Have lots of balls.
Lots of balls in my pocket.
Yep.
Fuck. Why
Got a
can't
bunch of
I?
balls in your pocket. Or you just happy to see.
Yeah. And I'm trying to look for a new blade.
A blade? What kind of blade?
A different short sword or different kind of dagger. That's kind of what.
Well, a dagger is going to run you 2 gold. A short sword is 10 gold.
I'm looking for any different, not like basic ones.
Oh, you want like enchanted ones?
I either enchanted or fucking laced ones.
Enchanted items are going to be
Oh,
because they take time to make.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
never got one last campaign, dude. I think we got one.
You are
We
more
found 'em.
likely to find magic items in a dungeon than you can have someone make them for you, but
Am I likely to find a dagger doused in poison or doused in like cow poo?
probably not doused in poison, but you could probably find poison that you could put on your blade.
I'll do that.
Would they maybe have like maybe a longbow and some arrows?
Yes, absolutely.
I would love to buy one of those in a quiver of arrows.
Longbow. As soon as I find it.
Oh yeah.
$50 gold for the longbow.
Totally okay.
And a quiver of arrows is 1 gold.
Perfect.
Poisons. Poisons.
You said we can wear multiple rings, right? Like 2 or just 1?
You can wear
can
2.
attune to-
You can only
to
attune to
3
3
items.
items though.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, do we have rope?
Do you have rope?
I
I have. Yes, I do.
I don't know. Does every
I-
default D&D character have rope?
Most of them.
Oh,
I
they
actually
do.
do not have
for
rope.
some reason always carrying 50 feet of rope on you.
Yep.
I don't have rope.
Yeah, not
very
all
seldom.
starting packs will come with it, but most do.
Ooh, a flask would be nice. It's like a store, blood. Yeah, probably stay good. in there.
Yep, I can't help you with that. I only have a water skin.
I have a water skin as well. It's okay if I get low on health. I'll just bite one of you guys.
I guess the only other thing I could want would be like a set of playing cards.
Oh, you can probably get that for like silver.
Perfect.
What are my chances of finding About $900, 900 gold worth of diamonds.
You that's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, 900 gold worth is probably like 1.5
I just
Is-
need
for Revivify.
for Revivify, just in case these people die.
What does the spell
what
say?
is the gold cost worth
It's
of the
300.
diamond?
300 gold diamond. Mhm.
Yeah, so you can probably find 3 down.
Okay.
You have to spend your money on that.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
can anyone use medium armor? Scale mail armor?
No.
See-
Negative. I can't.
Nope.
My guy don't wear it.
Okay, so you all have armor already?
Built
River?
Um,
You have armor on your character, or can you use medium armor?
I can, and I have armor, just not equipped because I'm an idiot. So I'm gonna go ahead and I went ahead and equipped it. So whenever he redoes the thing, that'll be good.
Can I sell it then, I guess, since it's not useful to my party?
yeah.
Yeah, I have scale mail. I'll just say I found
Cool.
it on my way from the south.
Finally found it. You want some bottles of poison?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're a cool 100 gold a pop.
Wow.
I'll do 4.
Dang, this guy going all out.
What kind of armor is it that you're selling, Lonnie?
Scale mail armor.
Scale mail.
Scale mail.
You'll buy it back
Mail time.
for 35 gold.
Sold.
Does this person happen to have any wands or anything like that? Do-do-do.
Wands.
Or any kind of magic items. That's what I'm mainly interested in, is magic items.
Kind of magic items.
What do you have that's interessante? I got 1,000 gold. Or I have a little over, or a little under 1,000 gold, friend.
Probably, again, not much because they take time to make. Probably spell scrolls are about as
Magical as anything.
yeah. They'll take commissions to make you stuff, but there's a lot of time and money that goes into making a magical item, so
That's fair.
they kind of do them as special.
Did they have any spell scrolls in stock?
Roll me a percentile die.
Just roll D100.
Slash roll 1d100. Sorry, slash R space. 48. There is fair spell scroll available.
What do we got?
Who do you got to be to use a spell scroll?
Wonder.
Sure.
I think it'd be easier if I just screenshot.
Probably.
Fair.
Wizard or Warlock.
Yeah, what's the limit on spell scrolls? Can anyone use it?
Oh god, we looked this up last time. I think you have to be able to magic, but we'll look it up again.
You have to be able to cast magic, and I think like you have to be able to, like, you can't be a, like, if I was strictly a bard, I don't think I could cast a sorcerer spell unless it's accessed by the bard spellbook kind of thing. I think.
Spell scroll bears the word of a single spell. The spell is on your class's spell list. You can read the scroll and cast it without providing any components. Otherwise, it is.
Yeah, so it has to be one of the spells that you have access to as your
So
character.
just any ranger spell then I could buy a spell scroll for.
Yeah.
Cool.
As long as you have access to that spell list.
Yeah.
That is the list of available. Price wise,
Oh look, Amelia,
spell
there's lightning
scrolls.
bolt.
Cantrip level scrolls are 50.
I can't cast it, Lonnie.
Level 1 is 100. Level 2 is 250. Level 3 is 500. Level 4 is 2,500, and level 5 is 5,000.
Wow.
I don't have enough gold on it, and I can't cast a spell anyways because it's not on my list.
Oh, it's not on your spell list.
Nope.
Which is
What
so
spell?
stupid.
Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt. Yeah, I'm not interested. Oh, I can't cast anything here either. So
Tell you what, can I go ahead and... Oh, but as a sorcerer, I can't learn these spells, can I? I have to be a wizard. Fuck.
I mean, yeah, you
I
wouldn't be
think-
able to learn them.
yeah, it's just one-time use. Pay for a spell. Or are there one-time use, right?
Unless I can drop a point into wizard. Or drop a level into wizard.
But
Then I
even
can
Yeah.
transcribe
then,
them.
only be spells up to whatever spells you can cast as the first level.
Yeah, and you have to use your intelligence instead of your charisma.
I don't want it.
If that's the case, then I don't want it.
I just wanted haste.
Yeah, haste is pretty good.
Which I don't have access to yet, for some reason. I can't figure out why.
It's a third level spell, I think.
Yeah, you have to have 5 total levels into a full caster.
Oh, yeah, and I'm only 4
Yeah.
levels in my board.
Level. Maybe.
Right. Any other shopping?
I'm just gonna take 2 of those potions. They're just minor, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 2 of those
Okay.
potions as well.
I think that should be all that's.
Yes, sir. They're all gone.
1. Yeah, let's go meet up at the dock or wherever we're supposed to meet them.
Meow. Meow.
How do you add them again? Are they in here? Add items.
Meow.
Minor?
It's like how you're just flying across the water.
Potion of healing. 2d4 plus 2, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Keith, where's that refresh button you spoke of?
You just click on your character. At the very top where it says D&D Beyond, you click on that and you click Start Import.
It's okay. I don't need
Mm.
everything selected right now because you guys just had a long rest. So I have everything back.
We hop on this boat. Are we about to tell? How long is it gonna take to get to this next city?
7
Teleportation.
days.
Oh,
So you will get there instantly.
alrighty then.
Where did everybody go?
He dragged us across the screen.
I didn't.
Oh,
This is the
Tower,
port.
up towards the top right.
we fly, fools.
Just like Corvus had mentioned, you are freely able to access Denti and make your way on over. Corvus is waiting outside, and when you have all arrived, he takes you. Now, I forget, Keith, did I say that you had ever met Donetta or that you know of her?
I know of her. I know the other 2 people. I know her teacher or her. I know Scylla. I don't know Donetta though.
Okay, so Donetta is Scylla's teacher.
Yes, I know of her,
And
but
Karza.
we've never met.
He begins taking you up the flights of stairways that open up into a room that is much larger than should be possible given the layout of the tower. Inside, in a room full of very nicely appointed sitting areas complete with like silk pillows and many bookshelves filled of all sorts of tomes of arcane knowledge. is Danetta, standing next to a large circular stone structure in the middle of the room. That is her personal teleportation.
Cool.
Danetta is would be described as very beautiful. However, half of her face, her left side of the face, is covered in what appears to be dragon-like.
Yeah.
And as you all arrive, she kind of looks over all of you and says, My, Corbin. The second group already. You sure do move fast. He goes, Time is of the essence, my dear. Indeed, so it is. Well, I understand that all of you are going to Glennisport.
Yes, that is correct.
Sounds about right.
Very well. Please step into the teleportation circle, link hands, and I do hope that you didn't have breakfast this morning. Anything anyone needs to say or do before whisked away to.
I haven't eaten in 3 days.
Good. That's wonderful.
Preview.
I need
It's like
everybody to
this
make the
guy.
Constitution saving throw as your bodies are suddenly warped through time and space.
No, just hop on an airplane.
I have a feeling we all got very sick.
Nope.
Not me.
Except for
I hope
Callum.
not.
Everyone's fine.
Yay.
Oh, wow.
It is an unfamiliar feeling to those of you who have never teleported before. It's a sharp tug in your gut, almost like the sensation of a roller coaster as it takes that first dive after climbing its way to the peak.
It's like the ground has dropped out from underneath you kind of thing.
Yep. You are whisked through time and space, and when you arrive at your destination, you are suddenly within a room that is incredibly dusty, as if it has not been touched in a long. But the first thing that hits you, besides the dusty dankness of this room, beyond it, you can smell salt. A warm sea breeze. Certainly no longer in Faventium.
Boys, that smells like the wide ocean if I've ever smelled anything.
Salt water.
It smells weird, but if you say so, awesome. Can't wait.
So what do
This
we do?
Is there
room,
a
you notice, has a large hole in the wall. As you walk up to it, you realize that you're standing in a tower, several stories up from ground level. You can see a completely unfamiliar city stretching out in front of you, and the sea in the distance. A harbor with many ships pulling in and out.
is there a set of stairs?
There is. Kind of old and rickety, but still solid enough to take the weight of anyone who might be going up and down.
I'll go down
Down the stairs.
Down.
I'll follow.
I'm gonna go first because on the lights, and if anybody's gonna fall through, at least I'm already in front.
Actually, before that, can I I guess do a perception check to see if there's just to get knowledge from up there about the town.
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception.
Yay! Fuck.
Well, besides being completely unfamiliar to you, all of the buildings here are made in the architecture is different than Aventia. Everything is less like a Roman style brick buildings, more of some stonework buildings in the distance, but a lot of the buildings around you currently are shoddy lean-to like things.
Huh.
They seem to have landed in the slums of is Glennisport, is what you were told.
I'll turn around and just say, "Good enough." And, walk down the stairs.
Doop, 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 doop.
Yeah.
See if I have for Glennisport. Man, it has been a hot minute since we've been in the city.
So the teleportation took us straight to the city,
Yes.
and then from there we can ship out to the Elven lands. I'm gonna see the
Yep.
map.
I'll have to find a ship and a crew.
Silverside Bay. Where do we teleport to again?
Glennisport.
Johannesburg.
Oh, I see it. And then we can travel up to.
Ooh, I guess while we
Or are
have
we looking at
some,
the Discord map, not the?
It'd be the World Anvil map.
Yeah, I was looking at the World Anvil map to see.
I
Just
just
to
have
get a look.
Aventium.
I've had a hell of a time trying to make a better map in the map making software that I have than the one that's there. So individual regions I will build a detailed map for, but whole world we'll just have to relegate ourselves to the world.
And 4.
Well, eventually you'll just be able to put them all together, right?
One of these days.
Why is mine just Aventium? Like I can't get off of it. Am I stupid?
What do you mean?
Your World Anvil map.
Oh, not Forge. Okay, not Forge. I'm just being dumb. We're good. I'm just being stupid. Don't worry about me.
so with some downtime, kind of before fully exiting the building, can I make something
What do you
with
want
my
to try to make?
items? A rope and dagger
Okay.
to throw in return.
Yeah.
Meteor hammer.
Get over here.
It's not exactly a complex task, so you can take enough to make it
Well,
happen.
I'll do that and coat one of them with the poison.
Okay. You now have a poisoned dagger upon a length of rope.
Cool. I guess it's only. I was looking up the item, and I guess it's only 30 feet of rope max.
Yeah.
Question mark. Cool. Let me add that.
So, you're in a new, unfamiliar place. What do?
Find the nearest tavern.
Gosh dang it.
Where's the
Him and
strip
his al-
club?
A strip club.
Come on.
It's not for
man.
alcoholism, Keith. It's the best place to collect information.
It's
What
true.
else?
You
It's
want
like
to
a hotel inn.
you want to try to find a place inside the city, or do you want to try to
Port
find
area.
the port area?
Yeah.
Yo, we are really far. Holy.
Okay. After some walking around closer down towards the docks, you find a tavern by the name of the Intrepid Cask.
The Intrepid Cask.
Indeed.
Interessante, I like it.
A good name.
I want to walk up on in.
I'll go
Order
in
a
with ya.
drink.
It's very early in the morning. They are serving breakfast to a handful of patrons who have taken up their own tables and are just kind of going about their days. Their eyes kind of perk up a little bit when they see newcomers come in. Behind the bar is a tabaxi.
That a species?
Yes, they are a species of humanoid cat people.
Hmm.
You see this bartender wiping out a few glasses. She'll grab one, wipe it, and as she's finishing wiping that one off, she grabs another one with her tail and gets it ready. Kind of just like assembly line cleans up her stuff. She sees you all come in, says, "Come on in, find a spot wherever you'd like, and we'll be with you momentarily. Breakfast?"
Yes, please.
I'd love some.
Waffles? Yes, please.
Have it out soon. You can take a spot large enough for your entire group. And within
Nice.
short order, you are served hearty breakfast of dried meat, some eggs, fresh bread.
Hmm. Let me see. No, I can't do that. Crap.
As the tabaxi comes over and kind of serves everything. He looks all of you over and say, "Don't believe I've seen any of you here. First time?"
Why, yes, ma'am. I happen
Yes,
to be
ma'am.
a traveling, what would be the best word? Musician, magician, whatever you want to call me. Entertainer would be the best word to describe me. Speaking of which, you wouldn't happen to need any entertainment up in here for a few coin, would you?
Tell you
Be happy
what,
to work the afternoon and the night, at the least.
come on in tonight when we're supposed to have our larger crowd and see if we can drum up any additional business. If we have a good night, maybe we can talk a little bit more then.
Cool.
Already trying to make some extra coin, eh?
She kind of like gestures to the rest of you and like, are they a part of your act?
Friends I've met along the way that I owe a debt to.
I'm just a humble monk of my Lord Baphomet. I'm just here to learn more about the world.
Well, you came to an interesting place. Old City of Secrets. Where there's lots of things that you can learn, a lot of which you probably didn't want to know.
Hmm.
Have it?
Well, I mean, that's okay. I'm actually always on the journey to help all those in need, you know?
Well, if that's the case, plenty of people who need help.
Perfect. Sounds like my kind of town.
Do those people that need help happen to have some chunk of change on them that I could
We're in the slums.
I
Could I
visibly
borrow?
and just painfully roll my eyes, physically upset that he just said that.
I'm sure you could find some people willing to pay for certain services. Although a lot of the more lucrative jobs are kind of taken up.
Then maybe they could pay in different ways.
Gosh.
Got anyone with information? More information than maybe you
Depends.
get?
What kind of information for?
I'm guessing about the not so local life around here.
Travelers such as
Maybe
yourselves?
travelers, maybe people that don't want to make themselves known, that kind of thing. A little bit more secretive, if you catch my drift.
Well, if it's secretive you want to talk about, then she kind of looks around to make sure no one's paying much attention to your conversation. Most of the other patrons are trying to avert their eyes, and she kind of leans in.
Nobody wants to see us.
You want secrets. You want to find Shade's hand.
And where might I find this person?
Well,
Because you had my interest.
as much as I would hate to lose your business, there's another tavern called the One-Eyed Rogue. It's run by a certain high-ranking member of. Information is his reason for living, I suppose.
And it got dark. Okay.
Well,
And
it is his
maybe
choice of profession, say.
I guess I'll slide 2 gold over. Looks like you've already given me the information I need.
She'll scoop it up, nod her thanks, and unless anyone else has any questions for her, she'll kind of continue on her way.
He's been
I
very.
would ask of one other favor of her and toss her an additional 2 gold. If you know anybody that has a boat that we could hire, as well as a crew, who are, let's say, discreet, capable of discretion. Don't ask too many questions. Not that we're doing anything crazy. We just have our reasons.
I'd say Scarlet's probably your woman.
It's a good name to know. Thank you, ma'am.
Business.
I'm gonna enjoy my breakfast.
Your breakfast.
Quite good.
I think I'll only eat like one piece of bread and a single like piece of dried meat, and then store the rest for later.
Okay. What now?
That's not how that works.
I think I'd like to go and leave and kind of walk the streets to go look for anyone who's kind of starving, looking to go give the rest of my breakfast to.
I am gonna go to that other tavern.
That is our only lead. You are correct.
Yeah. It doesn't take you long to find someone down on their luck and certainly hungry.
So
I will,
kind.
I will give them the rest of my meal and also pad in 2 gold coins.
They're
Obviously,
very
he's
thankful.
getting fucking. Yeah, these people are getting fucking tipped.
They're very thankful for your generosity. And as you make your way through the city to One-Eyed Rogue,
Yeah, I'll accompany my turtle friend.
I mean, that's all we can do.
is everybody going?
Yeah.
I would like to try to find some place that's selling some armor.
Selling some armor? Yeah, you can
Armor.
find
Yeah.
this easily.
I don't know what that is.
I need something lighter than Because, like, yeah, he had chain, but I'm sure it wouldn't fit me without major alterations. I am tiny.
Yeah.
So
All
I
your
want to go find
characters are
myself
like
some
that.
stuff. I like playing the tiny guy, alright? It's fun.
True.
You're looking for light armor?
I think I am proficient in medium. Armor. Nope, light armor. I'm looking for light armor. Not medium. Light.
Studded leather is the best thing for you.
I'm looking for some studded leather.
45 gold.
I will take it. Happy day.
Okay. You reach the spot given to you by the Tabaxi Tavern Keeper. And you find what's left of a building, all crumpled inwards, long since been torn down in some act of destruction. There is still
Okay.
a sign hanging by a single chain that reads "The One-Eyed Rogue."
I'll
Disappointment.
walk inside, or what's left of inside, and I kind of want to start an investigation.
Okay.
Of inside.
Okay, so it's been destroyed.
Seems that way.
Can I
Wow.
make a perception check as well?
I can't see shit.
As we enter into this seemingly empty place. 17.
Looking around, most of what's left of the structure is very dusty, seemingly having been abandoned quite some time. However, you see footprints kind of left in the layers of dust that have built up over. They lead to a small crevice that you can squeeze through. There is a trapdoor.
Ooh.
I kind of pat Tootie on the show. Look this way. Look at those footprints. Seems like there's a passage.
Okay. Is there any markings or visible anywhere, or is it just a
Can we
crack in the wall?
yeah, like can we inspect the trapdoor or whatever? Trapdoor, hidden door. Same thing, right?
Yeah, a trapdoor just means a door that opens in the floor.
Gotcha.
And I guess
It appears that
let's
this
start-
trapdoor has seen some use. It is not as dusty as the rest of the interior.
Cool. I'm gonna open the trapdoor.
Make it open.
Open it. A little heavy, so it's not without a small amount of effort. But there is a dark stairway leading down.
Ooh, I'd like to stealth into the night or the
Does
dark.
anybody have any no, I wouldn't actually. Never mind.
Nah, just walk down the stairs.
Check for trap. No, if it's
Yeah.
used frequently, we'll be fine.
Be pimping. Just walk down. Actually, I think don't I have a
I would cast detect magic, but I don't got it.
That's
Can I just search for any kind of trap?
You may make the investigation check. Send.
I see nothing.
Does not appear to be trapped in any way.
He's a blind fool.
Ooh, can I like oh there right. Like as I like walk down to the stairs, what do I see? I have dark vision, if that matters.
So the stairs spiral down for quite a way.
Oh, cool.
It certainly doesn't cover just a single floor's worth of space.
Gotcha.
When
So I guess
you do get to the end of the stairway, it opens up into a hallway, the end of which is
Is there any writing around the door?
there is no writing on the door.
I'm gonna open it.
Oh, the way you said that.
Okay. Open it and step through.
Yeah, I hope y'all know I'm not doing stealth right now.
Okay.
This guy's gonna die one
I'm
day.
just gonna walk it through.
You open the door and take but a single step inside, and you feel a sharp, cool point of metal gently rest against your temple. And you hear a
Ooh.
voice say next to you, "Well, you must either have the biggest balls of any turtle I've ever seen to walk in here, or you have no idea what the fuck you're doing."
Well, considering I got about 2K worth of them in my pocket, I think they're pretty big. But
I wouldn't be
just here
bragging about how much money you have in your pocket to enter a place like this.
No, it's about his
No,
balls.
talking
Oh.
about balls. So, where the bitches at?
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
God. Your character, dude, I swear.
A little early to be drinking, don't you think?
He's
Party
like,
don't
never.
stop. Party don't stop.
I look
But,
at Heart or Emberfoot
no.
and say, I think you should help him.
I'm
So-
here to
You guys
I
are behind Tootie, as Tootie has stepped into the doorway and has been stopped.
so
I'm gonna go ahead and make
you're
my
in-
way up in there.
Hearing the other voices down the hallway, he says, "Okay, everyone, file in, single file, and don't try
Yeah.
anything." And you all hear, as you step into the room, mechanical clicking, that of several hand crossbows being locked and loaded.
Draw. We mean you guys no harm.
Need not worry, my friends.
You guys got any refreshments or?
Oh, shut up. Cast spell of that's not a thing.
Mine's
it
not my
is.
friend here. He's kind of an idiot, but he means no real harm.
No real.
That remains to be seen. All right. And you finally get a look at this person. They are a drow
Weren't those?
in traveler's
Drow?
clothes. He has bright red eyes, dark skin, no hair that you can see as it's covered by a large wide-brimmed hat with a lovely feather plume. He has a cloak thrown about his kind of chest and his back. He is wielding a hand crossbow, which he still currently has pointed at Tootie's head. Wearing a very stylish pair of trousers and boots, and an eye patch over one. All right, you've made it this far. So spill it. Who are you? What are you doing here? And why would you ever just burst through it? I mean, honestly, I've seen some stupid things.
Our turtle friend's not the wisest.
Why did we come here
person
again? Why are we even here
ever met.
again?
I'm DJ Turtle, and I'm here for some info.
Oh my god, why are we even here again? What's the whole reason why we came to the rogue side to
Don't
begin with?
say that. That's where.
To gain
Rudy wanted to come
information.
here for information.
So,
She recommended.
you got
Oh.
any? No guy named fuck, what was his name again? Something Hand, Mr. Hands.
What? That's not him. That's Chris going, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck.
I don't
What the
remember.
fuck are we talking about?
I have no idea.
I'm
No
looking for that guy, that leader, whatever his name.
Hmm.
That she
Oh,
mentioned
the
earlier.
name of the recommended patron who has all the knowledge.
Yeah,
Oh, you were never given a name.
I thought it was
Oh,
in the place.
you were told to
Fuck.
go to the One-Eyed Rogue.
Hmm. Okay, I'm here for some information. Know what I'm saying
You're gonna have to be more specific.
We're gonna kill you.
regarding getting a crew together.
My God. Completely sidetracking us.
He kind of gives like cocks the head to the side and like with his free hand he kind of does like a circular motion like go on, elaborate.
I need a crew for a mission. I'm not allowed to give the details because I might accidentally kill myself. But
We need a ship to
No,
Savane.
we could tell
We-
people.
Hey, this is
Ember,
this
help them,
is.
please.
We
Like-
we need a ship and crew to get to Savanas.
We have a lead on that already.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to figure out again why we're even fucking here.
exactly. Well, I'm
We're
here to
following the
get
portal.
more crew.
That was
More crew
that
for
was a
the-
mistake. That was a mistake.
That's what I'm
No.
saying.
Look, weren't you looking for like, yeah, like secretive individuals, informations and things like that?
We're basically
Yeah.
just looking for information. We've been assigned a task. We need some information on a few different things.
Okay, good. Now we're getting somewhere.
Sorry, he's had a little too much to drink with his breakfast. Long night, if you know what I mean.
I see that. Okay, good. Need some information about a task you were given. What do you want to know?
Jesus. We're really looking for what was the name of the elven place?
Sylvanas.
We're really looking on anything, any kind of word or information coming out of Sylvanas right now.
Yeah, we hear that no one returns.
Interesting. He relaxes a bit and pulls the crossbow away from Toot's head and puts it away. Yeah, there's a bit of a reason why not a lot of people go in or come back from Sylvanas. It's had its own share of troubles.
There you go, Tootie. Maybe you
last
can talk a little better.
2 years.
What?
I gave you Eagle Splendor. You have advantage on charisma checks. Maybe you can talk a little better.
Oh no.
Oh boy. I kick back my feet and start spinning my poison dagger on my finger.
You have charisma checks.
Exactly. The charisma body link.
You're spinning
No.
a poison dagger.
That would be intimidation.
Exactly.
That would be
Spin- like-
intimidation.
Spinning from the pommel?
No.
Spinning from the blade tip? Because one of those
blade tip.
things is much more
Not like the
dangerous
other.
than the other.
Exactly.
God.
Life on the edge. And anywho.
So you were saying that there are reasons and stories why people are not returning.
Coming
from
back.
Yeah. Tell you what. Let's talk somewhere a little bit friendly.
Private.
Friendly
Well-
sounds good right now. Yes.
And he'll pull back and lead you to another doorway on the other side of the room. It's at this point that you realize that the room was completely...
Oh, it was all an illusion.
A lot of illusion going on.
He opens up a doorway, and immediately, as soon as he does, like, opening the doorway to a soundproof room, just a din of noise comes through, And inside is a very busy underground tavern. He kind of turns back to you all, switches the eye patch to his other eye, says, "Welcome to the One-Eyed Rogue."
Hello.
Leads.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Sorry for the issue our
Circle.
friend caused.
Where's
For a
Don't
sneaky
stop talking.
fella, he sure is
spot me a
loud.
drink?
Stop talking.
Dude, wait, what happened? Who wants what?
I want
Don't-
a drink.
Uh,
He kind of gives you a look and goes, "Sure, drink. I'll get you a drink." You
I'm gonna
go-
whisper to him, preferably a glass of water.
No. Just have him bring over a bottle. I can handle it.
He kind of
is there a
You're an
sleep
ass.
spell in this game, please?
jerks his chin into the general vicinity of the room. Says, "Find a table if there's one available."
I'm gonna go find a table.
We go find the table. Yeah, we can go find a good, nice, safe table.
It's about at this time that you realize that the patronage of this particular tavern is certainly a strange one. It's made up of drow. There are some half-orcs, plenty of tieflings. There are some gnolls over in a corner.
Okay.
You even think you see the kind of hunched over figure of an illithid in one corner.
Okay.
Very odd bunch.
I'm just gonna take a seat and not care about that observation.
What up? What up?
Bringing by your drinks is a woman in almost like a long flowing white dress. She has a hood pulled up over her head, however. And she gives you all some drinks and sets a very large cup of water in front of the turtle.
I pour that down my neck. That's to cool off.
Goodness. She just kind of blinks at you and then turns and walks away.
I do not like these people.
Short time later, the drow with the eye patch comes over, spins a chair around, sits down on it like those Steve Rogers
Oh yeah.
quotes from the Marvel universe.
So you got detention.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Like, so what is a motley crew like yours doing in a place like One-Eyed Rogue? Looking for information, I know, but why here?
I always find the people who tend to stick more toward the shadows know the most. Overhear the most, if you can believe it. Good place to look for information when you need it.
Well, that is certainly true in most cases. I'm Massage, by the way.
Zathamore, pleasure to meet you.
That turtle over there would be Tootie.
What is up? My name's Tootie.
I'm Halion Emberfoot,
Callum the
traveling
wizard.
entertainer.
Ragmir, the dwarf.
Oh, I forgot.
Son of Dolph.
Oops.
He
And
kind of
then-
gets a smile on his face and he goes, "Wow, fascinating. They get weirder every time."
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So,
I start.
looking for information on Sylvanas, huh?
You know, every good elf needs to go make a pilgrimage back to his homeland at least once in his life, and I hire this crew to come out there with me to help me out.
Well, you may be discouraged to know that a lot of the news coming out of Sylvanas, especially recently, not been so. Sylvanas is a weird place. I wouldn't really call it a kingdom, so to speak. A lot of the outlying villages and towns kind of have to keep after themselves. There is a capital of the region, Silwen, for actual. But the last message I got from some of my agents mentioned that their village hasn't heard anything from the elders in Silwen several weeks, which is unusual. They're also telling me that some of their villages are under duress of various kinds. So what exactly, I'm not sure.
Oh, how big is your presence in Sylvanas?
Minuscule. We exist only on the edges. Going inland is difficult. You have to gain the approval of some of the elders to be allowed entrance into the forests. The only freely travelable places are the ports along the coast.
The port.
Yes. Or if you're approaching from the south, the village of Ormnes, very southern edge of the enchanted forest of Sylvanas. Now, I haven't been there myself, but from what I hear, not like any normal forest. Lots of druidy type.
Gonna have to fight some motherfucking ants.
Well, is there a certain port that you recommend us dock in when we arrive?
My point of contact is in Lyran.
Perfect.
I think we can work with that.
That works perfect for us. Just at least even having a friendly face or someone that knows of us will be working well in our favor.
Yep. And I happen to remember you mentioning that you needed a ship and a crew.
Ideally so, yes.
Make our lives a little easier.
One capable of some discretion would be ideal.
think
Some
I
big
can-
cannons and
I'll pour my tankard into my special tankard and I hand it over to Tootie to get him to shut up.
there we go. Now we're talking.
Drink up, son.
As I was saying, I can help out with that, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask assistance as think of it as payment for supplying your ship and crew and the information that I've given you.
Seems fair enough.
A
What would you
favor
have us
for a
do?
favor.
I need you all to. Well, there's really no tactful. I need you to blow up a building.
Oh.
I'm intrigued.
You see, Glennisport was not always under the rule of the Alberon Empire. It was a free city at, only a few years ago. When the military moved in, they were able to take the city through the use of their more advanced technology. But over time, that gap has become a little narrower. Now, since they are still within relative control of the city, we have taken to fighting them underground as much as possible, with the goal of eventually making them see that it's not worth it holding on to the city and forcing them out. Now, there is a certain warehouse that they keep all of their gunpowder in for those
Okay.
fancy weapons they like to lord over us so much. I've recently been made aware
Yo.
of a couple of guards who are sympathetic to our cause and would potentially allow you way in. I just cannot spare the manpower to do it right this moment, but here you are.
I believe that is more than a fair deal.
Other than the two guards who will let you in, you will possibly have to fight your way through some soldiers. Cannot guarantee your safety, but get in, light the fuse, and get out. I will make sure that you have my most dependable ship and crew to take you on your way to.
Eagle.
Yeah. I'm down.
Mm,
Is there some dissenting voices I hear?
I think we should consider it and come back to you.
That's fair, I suppose. In the meanwhile, if you need a place to stay, you are welcome here at the One-Eyed Rogue. We do have rooms.
Thank you very much. We'll happily consider that opportunity to room here.
Very well. Then if you need anything more, find myself, Seta, or Septimus if you can find him off in a corner somewhere. I don't know.
Hmm.
With that, he kind of taps on the table, sits up, puts the chair back, and disappears his way into the crowd.
Okay, so with him gone, I bring up to the party like, doesn't this conflict with our patron?
Conflicts with my morals of blowing up a building in the middle of a city. Yes.
Because the people who hired us, are they not the same military that has taken over this city?
Yes, they are.
There is.
Yep.
Maybe we should first explore the other lead we had into a crew.
But hey,
I'd rather not be killed by this spell.
Yeah, I agree. I say, well, they seem friendly enough. We should be allowed to get up and leave.
Yeah, what was the name of the other lead that we had again? Emberfoot?
Scarlet,
Scarlet.
right? Scarlet?
Yep,
If I
a
remember that
woman.
Yes.
correctly?
We're given a name. The name is Scarlet.
Is there anybody selling stuff here at this tavern, or are they all just drinking?
Just drinking, as far as you know. Selling
Any
drinks.
gambling?
Any gambling?
Any gambling? Cards?
There's maybe a game or two you could probably get in on.
Yeah, I want to go with my monk friend and my whoever else wants to come to go
Yeah.
explore this other lead.
I'll go with you for the lead, or I'll
Well,
go
2D.
with you to gamble. Either which way
I'm gonna
works for
go.
me.
I'm gonna go gambling.
Yeah, we'll leave him to his gambling. He might. We don't want him to jeopardize our negotiation.
And I'm going to take my tankard with me.
Right about one thing,
No.
Master. Negotiations work.
What about you, Emberfoot? I think we could use your way with words.
Sure.
Okay.
I guess I'll follow along. Why not?
Well,
I don't know what the other two want to do.
as we have
Mm,
one group contemplating act of terrorism,
Yeah,
or hanging out and seeing what they can do as far as gambling. Another group going to track down this Scarlet woman. That, I think, is where we're going to have to end it.
Yeah. Yeah.
acts of terrorism, though.
Are well on your way.
Because I
That's
was looking at the
hilarious.
map. So this is technically not the capital of free cities, but it's been like taken controlled by the military, correct?
So the Free Cities is a loose term that refers
Mhm.
to several cities along the coast of the Inrathian Sea that have remained free of Albaranian or Karanid control.
Interesting.
Okay.
Maybe we could even leverage our patron, because you know how he spoke to like wanting warriors and stuff. Maybe we could maybe make a deal between the two parties of, hey, you fight for us in this war, and we'll leave the city type of thing. I don't know.
I could see that being a possibility,
Yeah,
depending
like
on
a
how
deal.
quick they
Like,
get.
yeah, you supply us with some fighting forces and some, part of, because he wanted us to recruit, yeah, for the discreet, what is it, the Shadow Legion?
Yeah, to recruit certain individuals.
I don't know. Maybe there could be a deal made in that way if the Scarlet doesn't work out. Or we need more people, we need more bodies or something.
Sounds like something you can think about and discuss next few weeks until we meet again.
Yes.
Maybe then I won't have a negative charisma.
No, it's gonna stay there.
I have a -1 mod to it.
Yeah,
Minus
mine's
one.
the same.
-1.
It's fine. It's fine. No big
I
deal.
won't be talking my way out of shit.
Oh, probably not.
I mean,
Is
it's
this-
like my Starfinder character, dude. He has -2 to everything.
So does our sending stone get a quirk?
Sorry?
Does our sending stone get to have a little quirk?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'll get back to you on.
Perfect.
Yay.
Who's in possession of the sending stone? It's Zathamor?
Zathamor.
Okay.
Yep.
Understood. Alright then, guys. We'll end it there. We'll pick this back up. Not next week, but week after. Next
Sounds
week will
good.
be the other group. Their session 2. The story
Yeah, I think I'm like
continues.
2 hours into
Hopefully.
that
So
stream.
November 7th
I think that sounds about right.
or the 6th. Yeah, it's the 6th.
6th or 7th, either.
Hopefully none of us work till 9. Kill me.
Oh god, yeah, forget about that. I'll be out at 8 every day. Haha.
Sucks to suck, losers.
Yeah, I think I worked.
Good shit, fellas.
Good
Alrighty.
shit.
Thanks
Bye,
everybody.
guys.
Y'all have a good one.
You
Time to
too.
look up Warhammer stuff.
Later.
Later.
Warhammer stuff.